Hey, thanks for joining us here on our second installment of Buster's Glitch Ass Gaming Podcast. I'm Tony Flowers, and of course, I'm here with my co-host Oscar Warrior. Welcome, brother. How you doing?
Hello. I'm
What
very
you
consistent.
what you been up to this morning? How's your day going so far?
So far so good. Just getting chores done early in the morning as much as possible before doing this. And then that way I can just enjoy the rest of my day. I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X for a little bit,
Nice,
uh,
nice.
for a couple hours here. Just trying
Yeah,
to progress through the game, as much as possible.
nice. Yeah, I see that you have it in your what we've been playing area. Said you're pretty
See,
close at the end of the story, so yeah, looking forward to talking about that here and hearing about
hey,
it.
senor. What about you,
I,
brother? What you been up to?
just we did the wrestling thing a little earlier. Had a late start this morning. I just kind of like moseyed out of bed, had some breakfast, a little bit of coffee. So I'm kind of like high on coffee right now. It won't last, but in the
Absolutely.
in the meantime, um, but I'm feeling much better. I feel less nervous this week over last week. Last week I felt like I don't know, just the idea that people might actually listen to us. It was just giving me the nerves, and I just
Yes.
don't feel that same pressure this week. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just talking to my buddy, and that's it. So,
See,
uh,
senor.
but yeah, let me ask you a question. I got a question here for you. 100 gorillas or one man? Who's winning?
100 gorillas or one man?
Yeah.
God damn, that unlucky bastard. uh,
But he has a gun. No. The gorillas would fucking they'd
I
destroy
was
his
gonna
ass.
say it depends on what kind of gun.
Yeah, like I don't know, an M14, an M16. I don't know. I don't know. So,
Nah,
some
he doesn't. He doesn't have enough bullets in his mags for all 100 gorillas, unless the one shot or the one gorilla dying scares the rest of them off. There's no way he's surviving.
All right, but for real, 100 men or one gorilla? That's been going around. I wanted to hear what you had to say about this. I think it's a funny little
It's
question. I like it.
a very popular meme
Uh
these
huh.
days.
What do you think?
Um, I've seen some very great animations showing how the men would win. I'm going for the 100 guys.
Really? And
Yeah,
so
I think. Uh,
I was gonna say it's bare bones, just 100 random ass men in the world, right? Like, or is there
mhm.
something to this?
No, it's just 100 dudes fist fighting a gorilla.
Ah, dude, there's no fucking way. The gorilla, the gorilla would fucking kill it. Are you kidding me?
No, I think humans are their their brains would save them. We're
You
some
know,
smart sons of bitches.
okay. There are some things that I think you really need to take into account. Check this out. I got a couple of things here. So,
See,
number one, the strength and visceral nature of a pissed off, fully grown male silverback. Like
see,
one swipe could kill or incapacitate multiple dudes at once. Not to mention a bite. Like they're fucking killing machines. They would target vital areas with precision. So like if they just start fucking just pummeling through one swipe, they take out like three guys. Maybe one of them dies. The other two are just like hurt. They're down on their backs. They're completely vulnerable. And then another thing to take into consideration is they have some thick ass skin and dense fucking bones. Like I would
see.
bet that the gorilla would shrug off a hit like a mosquito just landed on it. Like you take a Mike Tyson punching a fucking gorilla in the face. It would probably hurt, but it's probably just gonna piss him
It would
off
just
more.
eat
Yeah,
it.
and we're not talking about 100 Mike Tysons. We're talking about 100 random ass
Just
fucking
your
men in the
average
world,
Joes. Is there a
right?
bell curve to this? Can we get like at least one guy who's optimally trained for this
Who has
fight?
Yeah, there was the one that I saw where it's just like the last guy has entrance music, you know.
Coming in like a wrestler.
Yeah.
So
Another
funny, like an MMA
another thing that
fighter.
you got to keep in mind, they're on all fours, so they're gonna have like superior stability, whereas humans, we're bipedal creatures. They're just gonna, you get knocked over. It's fucking curtains for you against a silverback
See,
gorilla. And I think one of the most uh, important things to consider for this fight is the fear factor. You like You get 100 random ass dudes from the world. You put them in this arena with one pissed off fucking gorilla, and he just starts going ape shit, tearing people apart, or like the fear factor is huge. Most of these guys are gonna shit their pants and fucking cry like babies. You know, like maybe a few of them try to come together, but I don't think numbers have anything to do with it. You can put 1,000 fucking guys against a gorilla. I think unless you have like 1,000 good motherfuckers, they're going down every time. I think, especially if it's just a fist fight.
See,
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck 100 guys fist fighting a gorilla. You think we'd take them down? Like I remember you mentioned something about like taking to their eyeballs and shit like that, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it depends on the arena where we're fighting. If we're like out in the open, just take some dirt and throw it in the eye of the gorilla, bro. And then at
Pocket
least,
sand.
like, obviously you're gonna piss it off, but like at least it's going to be incapacitated in some form, you know. And
Yeah,
if it's 100 dudes, you can get like a circle running on the gorilla, you know. So it's like you got some dudes attacking from the front, you know,
yeah,
or just causing a distraction, and some guys basically attacking from the back. So you disorient the shit out of the gorilla. And even if half of those 100 people are like doing most of the work, or even 20% of that is doing most of the work, I think you get a really long way.
yeah. You think? I don't know, man. Whatever AI videos or animations that you've seen, I'd love to see those because I've seen a couple of them and I think they're hilarious. It's such a stupid fucking question.
I have a statistic here.
Uh,
So supposedly there's at least one psychopath in every 100 humans. As long as we have that one psychopath, I think we'd be okay.
yeah, but what's the psychopath gonna do? Probably kill other humans. He's gonna
I
help the
think
gorilla.
either he would just sit back and watch, or he would help kill the gorilla. Because I think most psychopaths, and this is going to get very morbid, but I think how you can tell a tell sign, I guess a sign is psychopaths murder animals.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but they
I
usually
want to
go
say
with like smaller animals in them,
the
right? Like
smaller animals. That's true,
dogs and
but
cats and shit.
you never
Squirrels.
know. A gorilla could be a high value, a high value target for a psychopath. You never know,
Yeah,
and
I
they
mean
might
it.
just be crazy enough to know how to kill a gorilla.
Yeah, we got Craven the Hunter in there who's after the big trophies, right? I mean,
That's our
because I
1%.
right, I can kind of picture them saying like, "All right, we got one psychopath in here," and he's just sitting there fucking eating the gore from all of his dying humans while the gorilla's going ham on everybody else. He's just sitting there eating one of them. I'm like,
That's
okay,
true.
there's our psychopath. Good job.
He'll definitely be the last man standing.
He's eating someone's guts while they're sitting there like, dude, what are you doing?
Are you doing this? Help us!
You're gonna die, you fool. Uh,
You can't
uh,
possibly fight him alone.
I love that. But
That's so funny.
something else. We've been looking for some write-ins from last week, hoping for some feedback, some ideas, things to talk about, and we got a whole bunch of write-ins from our boy Mike Buttery Croissant, and some really good questions. I thought I'd throw some in the beginning because they don't really fit anywhere else within the today's podcast, but they fit really well in the beginning. I want to start with this one. He says, on episode 1, you guys spoke about physical versus digital. To each their own, but all video game distributors have a terms of service saying you do not own the game and you just buy access to it, meaning it could be taken down for any reason and you get nothing in return. Does that change your perspective? Um, I feel like that's more geared towards me because I think you're more of the physical collector than I am, right?
See,
So I'll start off by just saying no, not really, not really. Because the most extreme example I could think of where you couldn't re-download it if you uninstalled it was PT on the PS4, and that was um,
oh shit,
if
that's true.
yeah, like that's the most extreme example I could think of. That and like Flappy Bird, I think, the cell phone game. You remember the developer took it down because he was worried about people playing his game too much or some fucking weird shit. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, PT. It was a what was it? Konami. Yeah, Konami canceled the game. It was for a Silent Hills game. They cut ties with Kojima, who was making the game. So it kind of makes sense. Um, also, most games that I play are ones that at least most people have heard of. So maybe there are a bunch of not very mainstream games that get taken down in that same fashion as PT that I just probably never heard of, that a lot of people haven't heard of. So I don't really worry too much about that. Not to mention, like, what was the argument? I was thinking about this last night, and I was thinking that if Sony, let's say, they decided we're gonna take down God of War 1, 2, and 3, one of their high profile games or something like that. If they did that, they'd fucking bury themselves. You know,
Yeah,
if
very
if
quickly.
if Microsoft did that with Halo, they'd bury themselves. If Nintendo did
Yep.
that with Mario, Zelda, any of those like high profile games, like they'd fucking bury themselves. There's no getting around that. People would fucking be up in arms. It'd be crazy. I don't really think I have that problem. And the other thing is, like, I'm not really into like online focused games. That's not really my thing. But
Hmm.
if you bought, let's say, the next Battlefield game and you only want to play it online, you buy
Hmm.
it 60, $80, whatever the fucking price tag is, and 10 years down the line they shut down the servers. That's bound to happen. And then even if you have the disc, you pop the disc in, but you want to play online, those servers are still shut down, so
Just
you're kind
slow
of shit
down.
out of, right?
That's
So
true.
I kind of feel like at that point you'd probably have gotten your money's worth, out of the online game.
Yeah,
I don't really know. I can't really speak to much of that.
I
Um,
can see that. Like, yeah, because especially if you really enjoy like the multiplayer games like that, you
mhm.
definitely get a return on the value.
Yeah, you're gonna play it a lot.
Hmm.
I'd imagine. Um, but yeah, did you have any thoughts on that? I know you are more of a physical game collector than I am. But do you have any thoughts on what he was saying? Like, if
The
they get taken down. Mhm.
that is one main concern for me, but I guess it doesn't really happen. It wouldn't really happen until maybe decades later, if it ever happens. Um, game preservation could always change potentially, but that's only if companies, I think, want to make that change. I think Nintendo's going the right way about it, in my opinion, because they're bringing a lot of their old games to the NSO, and then from what I understand, they plan to just kind of keep everything together. With the Nintendo Switch Online thing,
Yeah.
um, keeping that service live instead of doing what they've been doing with like the Wii Shop and then the Wii U, and then the 3DS Shop, where they kind of just close things. But they basically put all that effort to kind of move and port all the games to these consoles, but then they ditch the servers like basically when they move on to the next thing.
Hmm.
Um, I will say though that it is very convenient just having the game downloaded onto your console. My only point of contention with that is like if the market moves more towards portable gaming, like the Switch has, is it going to be an issue having to connect? Because I from what I understand, how you play those games when you download them like that is it has to connect to the server first to verify that you own the game. Like it has to search for certain files before you can actually play it. Is that
Hmm.
it? I usually don't take my Switch out with me. I play at home. I don't know if that's an issue for anybody having like taking it somewhere and like playing it outside.
Yeah, I
But
I
that
couldn't
could be
really
another
speak to that.
potential issue.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I'm the same way as you. I usually keep my Switch at home. So if
Yeah, I never
anybody,
take it anywhere with me. I don't want it to get stolen.
yeah, or like I'm a clumsy person, man. I'll probably drop it and fucking
Yeah,
destroy it. So at least if I'm
yeah,
at
or
home,
I'll
I'll drop
forget
it on the
about it.
carpet. Yeah. So if anybody out there listening has any experience doing that, taking your Switch out on the go with you, is that accurate? What Oscar is saying? You got to connect.
Yeah,
It's got to
I
verify
think it's
that you
only
own the
like
game
that
and
with
shit.
digital games because like with physical games, I can just pop them in and play them right there.
But is it digital? Also like online games, or are you just talking about just any digital game that you have downloaded onto your Switch, or is it like
I think
there's like an online component if you want to play online type of thing?
no, it's just the game downloaded on the Switch itself. Although I
Hmm.
think I could be wrong about that. I think if you because the Switch, the one thing that it does is like you can set it to your primary console, but if you have any other like Switch, um, and it's not your primary console, I think it doesn't work. if you're especially if
Gotcha.
you're not connected to any um what is it? If you're not connected to Wi-Fi,
Yeah, or
it can't
like a
verify the
local
game.
network.
Yeah.
I think I see where you're coming from, but I know that there's a lot of folks out there that hack their Switch. They put games on there like through ROMs and stuff, and they specifically stop the console from ever connecting to the internet so that they can keep those. And I don't think they usually ever have any trouble with that. From
Oh
what I've
yeah.
heard. Yeah, from what I've heard.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I could see
Um,
why that would be no issue.
we've got another write-in from Mike Buttery Croissant. He said, "You talked about difficulty on the last episode. I know how easy mode makes time playing games easier, allows personal time to do other things or play other games. I personally play games on hard or harder mode because for me, if I have no challenge or threats of dying, then I lose interest in the game and they feel more like a guided movie. Do you feel like games have become easier in general compared to games 20 plus years ago? Maybe we're just better gamers. I sincerely doubt that. Or are developers catering to the easy gamers, and that's why games like Dark Souls feel like they're challenging, like the older days? Do you have any thoughts on that? That's a great question. I like it.
Yeah, that is a fantastic question. I definitely do think developers are taking the easier route. I do agree with that because whenever I go back and play like legacy games, bro, they're difficult as shit.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
And yeah, they're really hard. Going back and playing like retro style games, bro, they had no mercy. Those developers had no mercy.
But
But I
the
can see
oh,
where
go
Mike
ahead.
is
Go
coming from. Or buttery croissant.
Butter croissant. That actually sounds delicious. I would love one of those.
Yeah.
I love croissants.
How do
Um,
you feel about that, Tony? What are your thoughts?
uh, I feel like from your point to your point from back in those days, I don't think the industry definitely wasn't what it is now. I think we're almost year over year making more and more billions, and like we're in the 200 plus billion dollars a year as an industry. Back in those days, wasn't really like that. I think they were making maybe 10 billion back in the 70s or 80s, 90s, whatever.
See.
So people weren't buying games so much like they are now. People buy fucking games en masse now. Whereas back
Mhm.
then, if I buy one game, I'm probably gonna sit on that for a while, and so I think the developers back then were focusing more on making a game that's easy to play, hard to master, because a lot of people were putting crazy amounts of time into one game.
That is
Well,
true. That's a great point.
yeah, because they had like records and record holders and high scores and stuff for those games, and you have to put a lot of time
Yeah.
into those in order to figure it all out. Um, in terms of difficulty, I take games. I go on a game by game basis. Like a good example, two examples actually. I wrote these down. Ghost of Tsushima. It's like a 20 to 25 hour game.
See.
I just wanted to check it out. I did. It looked beautiful, but I don't remember exactly what I was playing or what I wanted to play. But I wanted to check this game out, and I got it for a really deep discount. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna check this out. I hear it's amazing," but I didn't want to spend 20 25 hours on it. So I put that bitch on the easiest mode, and I blew through the story, but did a little bit of side content. I got to enjoy the game. So that was
See.
nice. Um, another another deep ass discount. There was this one time I was hanging out with a buddy and I jumped on. We were playing on his Xbox and he scrolled over to the store for a second and I saw the entire Assassin's Creed franchise from one all the way to I think it was including Odyssey. Um,
Mhm.
you can get them all for $100 and I was like, oh my god, dude, fuck.
Damn.
So yeah, I went home and I bought it, and I wanted to try to play through as many of them as I could because I had never really played any of them. So
Mhm.
I started with the first one, and I got through. I want to say all the way up to I finished Black Flag. So everything from the first one all the way to Black Flag, but I put them all on the easiest difficulty because again, I didn't want to spend too much time with these games. I know they're crazy big games. Um,
See.
so um, yeah, game by game basis. If it's a game that I know I'm gonna want to put some time in, I usually try to look in the difficulty settings for like you know
Mhm.
how some games they'll be like, this is how it's meant to be played, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like if I see that, I'm gonna go for that. If this is a game that I really want to play, like Cyberpunk, I don't fuck around. I'm gonna play that the way it's meant to be played. The Witcher, things like that. Modern, more. I don't know, the God of War games, The Last of Us. I'm not gonna put those on easy mode. You know, I'm just gonna play
Mhm.
those because I want to play it.
Yeah. Normally, you want the
Yeah,
challenge for those games. Yeah,
yeah,
actually, going back because I played God of War not too long ago, like the first one.
hmm
That game
like
has
the
some
original.
bit of, yeah, the original one. That game has some bit of challenge to it, but it's like a good I would say that's a good amount of difficulty to it because it's really just learning how the enemies attack you and where you can find openings and if you're using your resources well, you know.
hmm
So it really depends on the player.
Yeah, 100%. And Um, if like, do you think games are easier in general? I say yes to that. I think most AAA video game companies, especially publicly owned ones, they want to appeal to the lowest common denominator because more people equals
Yeah.
more sales.
Yeah, there is an incentive to appeal to the layman, I guess you could say.
Like the
You get
Nintendo Wii.
more revenue that way. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
Wii
that's a perfect
appealed to
example.
everybody. Mhm.
Yeah.
It sold like fucking crazy. Um,
Yeah, especially with like the Wii Sports like added like because when you got the game with the console when you bought it and like
mhm.
I feel like everybody and their grandma played that game.
But yeah,
Like
and like no
that's a
joke.
household game. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like like literally grandmas were playing the Nintendo Wii. Everybody wanted it. Everybody. And
Fucking grandma was playing bowling and Wii Sports.
hell yeah, they were. And like, cause kind of going back on that one point I made about like contests and record holders for the old games. Nowadays,
See,
it's you see like dude beats Elden Ring by slapping his dick on the controller type shit. Like you don't really see
that's true.
high
Artificially making
scores.
it more difficult.
Yeah, exactly. There's really nothing like that. Nowadays, when it comes to that easy to play, hard to master mindset, most modern games with that mindset tend to focus on player retention, like fighting games, rather than annual releases. Because Tekken isn't coming out every year, so they want to make their game. They want to add more characters to it, and each character you need to learn how to play them correctly and all that stuff. So there's incentive to stay with this game. You know,
See.
I don't know if I'm making the right point here, but then
I mean, we can probably both agree that it's just a case by case basis. Like if you really love the game and you want to take your time with it, I could see like even like on a second replay, I could see like making the game more difficult to be appealing, you know?
yeah, totally. Like devs like Miyazaki grew up in the old everything is super difficult era and had the balls to
Mhm.
try to keep it going for the new age, having faith that players would enjoy the challenge, and he's been right so far. So
Yeah, seems like it.
kudos to him. I love his games. I don't fuck around, man. I love that shit. But but yeah, then you have the year over year growth. If the industry wants to keep making more and more billions, they need to appeal to more and more billions. So and the easiest way to do that is to make it more accessible to everybody. So
See.
yeah, it's like a very cool question. I love that. But yeah, now that we've kind of stretched our legs here in a sense, let's get into the game and hardware updates of note. So this is copied directly from Rockstar's website on May 2nd, 2025. It says, "Hi everyone. Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release on May 26th, 2026. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try to exceed your expectations, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games." Wow. What do you think?
And that statement came out a couple days ago. Today, I
hmm
believe they just released a second trailer for the game. I don't know if you've seen it already or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I checked it out this morning. It was one of the first things I did. And in the comments section, I got a kick out of it. One of the top comments was like, "Oh, thank God they didn't nerf Lucille." 'Cause
Honest to
for
God, man.
yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, she was dummy thick in the original trailer, and she
The
still
original
is.
trailer.
So
She
yep, yep.
still kept it. Yeah, they kept her the same. Yeah, dude, the game. I don't blame them for taking their time with it, because man, the game, like, if off the trailer, bro, the second one that came out today, the game looks fucking crazy.
It really does. It really
Like in
does.
terms of detail,
Yeah. So
it's
so
it's
what are your thoughts?
beautiful.
Are you disappointed? Are you okay with this? Like, what are your thoughts
No,
on the delay?
I'm totally fine with it. GTA has had that track record for years now, and they usually come out with a pretty good product. So I think they've earned the right to delay as long as they need to, as long as they come out with a great product.
Yeah, yeah. I'm 100% right there with you. Rockstar delivers every time. They
Yeah.
always do. So just let them work. Um,
Plus, I like that motto a lot. Like, if you got to take your time for a game, that's completely fine. I'd rather a very high quality game that I could spend hours playing and enjoying than a really shitty game that comes out year after year. You know?
yeah, yeah. And also, there's that old quote from my boy Miyamoto. You know what quote I'm talking about?
I think so.
It's let me pull it up. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. And
Oh yeah.
I saw this in Reddit. Someone's like, that's a misquote. What Miyamoto actually said was, "quote A delayed game is bad. A rushed game is bad. All games are bad. I've wasted my life. Fuck games. Fuck you. Fuck me."
Yeah, I see it. Um, legendary words spoken by a legendary man.
Oh, I love Miyamoto, dude. That's gonna be the saddest day in fucking history for me. Because we're getting older. Everybody's getting older. He looks great for however old he is, but Jesus, man, I'm pretty sure unless I croak and go tits up sometime soon, he's probably gonna die in my lifetime, right? So
Yeah, I
it's
would
gonna
think so.
it's
He's
gonna
getting
break
up
my
there,
heart.
but he looks healthy though.
Yeah, dude. I heard a
They're
while back.
probably
I don't know if it was accurate, but apparently they stopped letting him ride his bicycle to work because it was too fucking important. They didn't want him to be like hit by a car or something.
yeah, man, they're really trying hard to keep that man alive.
Well, yeah, put him in a
He's probably got
bubble.
the best health insurance in the world
Oh, dude, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
in a
Um,
bubble.
I took down this note earlier. It said that Jason Schreier of Bloomberg spoke to some devs over at Rockstar, and apparently they knew this was coming for months. He also
Mm,
said Rockstar management have a quote unquote real desire to avoid brutal crunch. So that's cool. That's good news,
that's
right?
nice. Yeah,
Don't work these
I
people
guess.
to death.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk more about that later on
Yeah, yeah,
in the
fuck yeah, dude.
podcast. But yeah, that is a very relevant topic. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's good not to overwork your employees.
100%, 100%. Yeah, fucking crunch sucks, man. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jason also like he kind of blew the lid on how terrible it was for Rockstar employees some years back, and so that change, the real desire to avoid brutal crunch shit, that's probably because of his work. So kudos to Jason for doing that. Um, I'm gonna
Hey,
give him full
senor.
credit for that. Fuck yeah, dude. I did a little bit of research because I wasn't shocked by this at all. The delay, not at all. And so I was like, it feels as though just about every fucking Rockstar game that I've ever looked forward to, as soon as they put a date on it, that's not going to be the date it comes out. So I
Yeah.
did a little bit of research and I looked back, and these are the Rockstar games that I found with delays. So check this out. Grand Theft Auto 4 was originally planned to release October of '07, and it released April of '08. So, boom,
Damn.
there's one. Red Dead Redemption. It was planned for late '09, and it was released May of 2010. So that's another one. GTA
Mhm.
5, another one. Plan to release spring of '13. It released September of '13. So just a few months, not too bad. Red Dead 2, it was planned for fall of '17. It was delayed twice, and it was released October of '18. So yeah, like a whole year there. And
Yeah.
yeah, so like no matter what, this game is gonna fucking, like, if the investors are worried, they really don't have to. It's just like, dude, chill. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
get your crazy amounts of money. It's coming. This is gonna be the biggest game in the fucking world.
For years to come too, bro, because they're really good at keeping their franchise alive, even after like the game drops, they just continue to add content with the GTA Online stuff.
Oh yeah, and that's something they haven't even showed us yet. Is the new version of GTA Online? That's gonna fucking be
Yeah.
crazy. I think it's estimated that GTA Online generates $2.5 million a day.
God damn.
Yeah, a day. That's
Yeah,
fucking
they're raking.
ins- That's fucking insane, dude. And this is
Yeah, they're
another
not
little
worried.
tidbit. In case anybody didn't know this, GTA 5 is the highest grossing single piece of media of all time.
No way.
No,
Like
no other video
like
game.
comparing to everything else?
Everything, any piece of media, no movie, no other video game, no piece of music or album, nothing has generated more money than GTA 5. Nothing.
Damn, that's crazy. That's actually
Uh,
a crazy statistic.
It is. It's not the highest selling game by any stretch of the imagination. I think that's Minecraft, but
Mhm.
but Minecraft hasn't generated as much income as GTA 5, and it's ongoing. So congratulations to them. I'll look forward to GTA 6. Unfortunately, I don't have the latest consoles, so I'm going to be waiting on PC. And everybody knows they don't release it on PC for another year after
Oh,
release. So I'm going to be waiting a hot minute.
that's a bummer.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, yeah, I'm not rushing.
Yeah,
I
same.
will also be patient.
There's plenty of shit between now and then. Plenty of shit, and there's always
Oh
something
man,
new that pops up.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Here's another update here. It says Nintendo seems to have released a software update version 20.0.0. It includes changes to some of the NSO icons, specifically to Donkey Kong, with his new model being updated, and some changes to the Nintendo Switch dashboard, also adding the game share and virtual game card options. Um,
More.
have you already installed this new update?
I have.
Have you noticed any differences?
Honestly, not really. I would say the main thing is they added the game share tab, but you can't use it yet until you have the Switch 2. Because for some reason, well, I guess probably because of the hardware, you'll be able to use that application to how do I explain? Game, yeah, basically game share, just stream like a game to multiple Switch consoles. So you can't really do much with it right now until basically June 5th, I believe, when the Switch 2 releases.
Okay.
And then the other application is the video game. What was it? The little digital key cards. I
Yeah,
believe you
the
can use that now to share games with other people.
and you can do that with the Switch, the original Switch.
Yes, you can do that with the original Switch. There's nothing holding you back from doing that.
That's fucking cool. Yeah, I haven't updated
Yeah.
this just yet. I might wait a little while. I haven't
They
touched the
also
Switch in a
changed
little
the
bit.
eShop.
Is it faster or better in
No,
any way? Because the oh my god, because yeah, the
abs-
eShop really needs some
absolutely
work.
not.
It's
Yeah, it
abysmal,
needs
man.
some love, bro. It's still really, really slow. Um,
Yeah, I don't
they
understand.
changed the color scheme basically from yellow to red.
Oh, cool.
I've heard that they made it easier to find certain games, or they've made it more difficult for like the bullshit games to make it to the top of the page.
Hey, that's
Essentially,
good.
because
That's good
I
news.
guess that was an exploit. Like some games would sell their, from what I've heard, they would sell their game for $1, I believe, and that would
Yeah.
kind of like push their game to the top. And it
Yeah.
was some like really crappy AI generated video game.
Some fucking shovelware. Just yeah. Just
Yeah, essentially making its way to the top. But I guess they fixed that.
good. Good. That's great news. I love the sound of that. So hopefully they fix up the speed and everything later on. But that's a great start. I'll give them that. That's awesome.
Sure.
It also says here to stay on the Switch that the Switch 2 will support Wi-Fi 6. It will be able to handle more bandwidth, increasing download speeds. It'll also help reduce latency while playing online games. This is a much needed change from the previous hardware. Um,
Yeah.
I, I had a question about that for you
E.
because I'm kind of a layman when it comes to this. I don't know. What is Wi-Fi 6? Do we just naturally have that? Do you have to specify with your service provider, I want Wi-Fi 6, or is that just kind of the standard nowadays?
No, that's built into the hardware.
So it's a hardware thing. It has nothing to do with your service provider.
No, not at all.
Huh.
I guess you could say it does in a way, but your service provider basically like what your plan is like it depends on your plan, and then I guess the Switch can just utilize that. You know, it basically means that the Switch will be able to use more. Uh, how do I word this? I
It's gonna
had
be
it
able
so
to.
perfectly like mapped out in my brain, but now I'm like choking.
It's all good. So it's basically like sucking up more resources from your Wi-Fi to make it
Yeah,
faster or something.
essentially, yeah. And I added that because it seems to me like honestly, it's a much needed change from the original Switch hardware because the original Switch hardware didn't even have like a LAN port to it, and they eventually did add that to the OLED version, but it wasn't any good. I tried it out. I honestly couldn't tell the difference between Wi-Fi and then the LAN port. It felt the same to me. It was terrible, and that was Wi-Fi 5, I believe, which was previous generation hardware.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that to me that's a big change, you know, because it'll just make the service essentially faster. And then I guess to add on top of it, I hope that makes the eShop faster. But I
Yeah.
believe that's also hardware specific as well. But since seeing that the Switch 2 is a huge jump in hardware for Nintendo, I'm hoping the eShop gets much needed love from that.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking awesome. Is Wi-Fi 6 the current apex, or is there a Wi-Fi 7 or 8 or something like that?
I want to say there is a Wi-Fi 7, but most things use Wi-Fi 6 from what I understand.
Okay, maybe seven's in like beta testing or some shit like that. All right, so we do have another write-in from Buttery Croissant. He says, "Is the Switch 2 worth a day one, year one, or year two adoption?" Um, you have a pre-order,
See, senor.
so so I'm pretty sure that's very clear where your stance is there. You're a day one adopter of hardware. That's I think you have some balls for doing that. I usually don't. Some hardware comes out and it's faulty, the red ring of death type shit, or the
Mhm.
you know. So what are your thoughts there?
I
You just
actually
have
have a different opinion about this.
yeah.
I don't think it's worth buying it day one. I would say it's probably in the better value for people to wait maybe 6 months to a year to see how it does. See if like exactly like you said to see if it has any issues because I know that was a big thing when the first Switch came out. Is there was a lot of stuff going on with people's Switch. I think with the batteries and especially with the Joy Cons with like stick drift.
Yeah, that's still a fucking problem, dude. They never fix that.
Yeah. Which they never fixed. Hopefully that's not a problem with this generation, but I would definitely still wait a couple months, maybe to a year to see if there's any issues that come of this.
Now, maybe you know this, because I sure as hell don't. Is the stick drift specifically for the Joy-Con, or is that also a problem with the Pro controller?
No, I think it's only for the Joy-Con.
Oh, okay, cool. Fuck those things,
Yeah.
bastards.
Yeah, it became a really big problem, but there was kind of like a pseudo fix for it. Nothing
What?
officially from Nintendo, but like you could buy aftermarket like Joy-Con sticks called Hall Effect sticks, and those
Mm-hmm.
would last you basically forever because they're like they use magnets, I believe, for the inputs.
Hall
And
effect sticks.
that's better than the plastic, I think, rubbing against itself.
So is that a third-party controller, or is it just a third-party controller accessory that you would attach
It's an
to it?
accessory because you would have to like take your Joy-Cons apart and like connect them. It's a whole
Oh.
process.
I'm just assuming you haven't fucked with those yet, right?
No, absolutely not. No,
Yeah, I don't have
no.
the balls to
I,
take mine apart.
yeah, I hear it's very difficult to take apart Joy-Cons.
In terms of like soldering, do you have to like solder anything, or is it just kind of like a pop
No,
it out, pop it in?
it's just because of the way the ribbon cables are kind of like connected and how small
Uh,
the unit is. You can't really like it's very fragile. You
yeah,
have to
no
be
room
very
for
careful
fucking
while you're
up.
doing it. No, absolutely not.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um,
Um,
I'm.
but
Uh,
oh, go ahead.
oh no, no, I want you to finish your thought because I was gonna. I thought you were done. I was gonna jump in with my thoughts on
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say definitely wait the year.
that. Which is exactly what I was gonna say. If your old Switch is taking a shit, or you're a day one buy kind of guy for Nintendo games, then yeah, get that shit day one. Otherwise, like for me, I'll definitely be waiting I didn't mention this before, but I'm a massive Donkey Kong Country fan. I love Donkey
See.
Kong Country. All the old games, the new games are some of my favorite games in the fucking world. I absolutely adore them. The music, the gameplay, everything. The gradual increase in difficulty all the way to the point where it's fucking so demanding of precision. I love
Mhm.
Donkey Kong Country. And so the the reveal, the big reveal of the new Donkey Kong game, Bonanza, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed that it was the 3D open world one. I never
Mhm.
got to play 64, so I know that I'm probably in the minority here. Everybody was probably fucking stoked on the idea it's a 3D open world Donkey Kong, but I don't have that same nostalgia. I was kind of
Mhm.
disappointed, and that would have definitely, if that was another Donkey Kong Country game, I would have absolutely been a day one adopter of this system. But otherwise, I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna wait a little while. So just want to throw that out there.
Very nice, very nice. Have you played the other? So you've played the original Donkey Kong Country. Have you played like 2 and 3, like with
uh,
Dixie and
and the little baby Kong. I forget his name. I think it might be Baby Kong. I don't know, but
yeah, I forgot his name too.
I didn't finish the third one, but I did finish the first and second. The first one's probably one of my all time favorite games. It
Mhm.
was so cool on the if you've never played it on the SNES, they had this just very interesting aesthetic that made it look like a 3D game. Even I think it
Mhm.
was like the first of its kind, and then they had like the Mario RPG, which had that same kind of it looked like a 3D
Yeah.
game aesthetic. I love it. It was so awesome. 3D before 3D was a thing. But yeah, the original country games are fucking phenomenal, dude. And even the Game Boy versions, like the Donkey Kong Land games, those are just as great.
Mhm.
Um,
Donkey Kong
but
Land.
yeah, Donkey Kong Land instead of Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, those were the
I've
Game
never heard
Boy.
of that.
Yeah, if you don't mind the Game Boy aesthetic, they're great games. But yeah, if you have access to one, two, and three,
Mm,
bitching, dude, bitching.
interesting.
Did have you played the newer ones, Country Returns and Tropical Freeze?
I've never played them. No, I have Tropical Freeze though. I was gonna get Donkey Kong Country Returns, but I kind of forgot about it. I
If you
want to
ever
say mostly because I was playing something else. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna recommend it, highly recommend it. But there's a huge bias there. It's one of my all time favorite games. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, I definitely do want to pick them up for the collection though, because I think those are some like Nintendo IPs, some mainstays. So I gotta get them.
Oh yeah, and since you have Nintendo Switch Online, I don't. You have access
Mm.
to all those old games too.
See,
That's so fucking cool, man. Oh, it's so fucking
yeah.
cool. All right, moving on. What do we got here? Announced yesterday by the Coalition studio head Mike Crump via Xbox Wire, Gears of War Reloaded will be coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Steam on August 26th of this year for $40, 39.99. It'll also be
Very
available day one on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Now, I took note of the fact that it said on Game Pass Ultimate. I didn't know this. Did you know Game Pass Ultimate does indeed contain games that are unavailable on lower tiers? I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Now we know. Everybody knows now. Um, the most standout updates to the remaster are as follows: 4K resolution, 60 FPS in the campaign, 120 FPS in multiplayer. That's fucking awesome. Crossplay and cross progression across all platforms, HDR,
Oh,
Dolby
what?
Vision. Yep, Dolby
Oh, that's
Vision
huge.
with the cross progression and across all
Yeah, that's
platforms.
huge.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Dolby Vision and 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos, 3D spatial audio, zero loading screens throughout the campaign. That's so fucking cool, man.
Nah.
Yes, sir.
So it's
Yes, sir.
seamless?
Streamless, probably just the opening loading screen, and then you're good to go. You can just play through the whole fucking campaign with no loading at all. That's
Bro, that's a
awesome.
blessing. Because I remember playing Gears of War back in the day, bro. It was one of those things where it's like you had to make sure you didn't die, bro, because you would be stuck behind like a 30-second loading screen.
Oh man, I don't remember that. I did play the original on the 360 from
Mhm.
start to finish. That's the only one I ever played. I never got to play the second or third one. So I was really disappointed that the second and third one weren't part of this.
Mhm.
Like what the fuck, dude? Like didn't they already remaster this game a while back?
They did.
Not for PC, I
They did.
know, or PS5. That's cool as fuck. PS5 is getting a first party Xbox game. That's
Mhm.
yeah, Xbox just putting their shit out there, man. It's fucking cool. But still, it's
Yeah.
like they've already remastered this once. It would have been so cool if they had Gears of War 2 and 3
Mhm.
as part of the package. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those are still kind of stuck on the Xbox 360. No,
Yeah, it's so sad, man.
have you played
They
those?
are still just. Yeah, dude, that's my Gears of War is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I fucking love those games. I used to play the shit out of them on the 360. Um, I had an Xbox Series X, and honestly, that was pretty much the only thing I would use it for,
Hmm.
is to just play all the old Gears of War games. Because I got to play the first one, the remastered version, and then I would play the second one, the third, 4 and 5, and then my Xbox shit the bed. So now I'm just shit out of luck. I can't play any of them besides 5, and I think the remaster you can play on PC, but only through that like Xbox games on PC thing. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
on Steam.
yeah. Fuck all that crap. Fuck that crap.
Yeah, because then I think I would have had to
Yeah.
have paid a subscription for that. But I guess it makes sense for me because I had it. But when I lost my Xbox, I deleted my, or not deleted, but I unsubscribed from Game Pass.
Yeah, I would if you're down. I know we were just kind of going back and forth earlier yesterday when we got this news that we were gonna jump in together. But if you're fucking serious, I will definitely buy this.
Dude,
And
I will fuck this game up with you. I
yeah,
love Gears of War.
I'll be so sad that there's not the second and third. But I will. I've
I'm hoping
been looking to play this.
I'm hoping we do get the second and third because now that we've seen they can do this for the first one, there's absolutely no reason they can't do it for 2 and 3. And maybe potentially 4, although I don't think 4 really needs a remaster, but maybe for visual updates it could use it. I don't remember when 4 came out. Let me
It's been
see.
a hot minute now. I think
Yeah,
4 and 5. I don't think they did 6 yet, did they?
2016? Damn, it's been
Okay.
almost a decade. God
Holy
damn.
shit. Holy shit. But
Yeah, then it
still,
will probably need an update.
but nonetheless, I mean, from what I remember, it looked great. If they just kind of upres it for whatever, I don't know. I act like like I know what's involved in upresing a fucking game. I have no idea.
Mhm.
So
The
don't listen to me.
difficulties are a little, yeah. But
Yeah, I'm
like
just like,
the games aren't too different from each other, you know. They never really they always added on top of the games. They kind of just stuck with the same assets, but they always just added more. So it's like I couldn't see why I can't see why they wouldn't be able to do that, you know.
yeah, yeah, definitely. The aesthetic has always been kind of they always look like yoked ass fucking Warhammer characters, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, very similar.
um,
Honestly, bro, I didn't know what Warhammer was. So when I saw it and like when I first discovered Warhammer, I was like,
you thought it
"Holy
was Gears
shit,
of
it's Gears
War?
of War!" Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like, "Oh my god, it's Gears of War!"
Yeah. Oh, dude,
I've never.
I'm totally down. I would love to jump back into this franchise, and hopefully we get 2 and 3 at the very least on the PC as well. I would fuck with that so hard.
I hope so too. I also really like that they have they have it at $40.
Yeah,
Um, that's
yeah.
nice to see, especially seeing that they just upped their prices. I think that's also in the notes, but I guess we can
It
talk about that later on. But
it is. We'll definitely get to that. That's we've got some bars to spit about that. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, with that said, Gears of War, man, Gears of War, it's coming. Game Pass Ultimate. If you have lowly ass Game Pass standard or basic or whatever the fuck it's called, you don't get to play this game. So
you
upgrade your
don't get to
shit.
play.
You
Just
better
rubbing it in
upgrade
their
your shit.
faces.
Yeah, you don't get none because you're poor. Uh,
Childish. Uh-oh, you're gonna get crucified.
I'm fucking poor too. I don't even have fucking basic Game
Yeah, I'm
Pass.
gonna buy that shit. I'm gonna
Heck,
save up for it.
yeah, I'm just gonna buy it straight up, $40. I don't
Yeah,
care. Take my
I'm
money.
buying that shit straight up.
Oh yeah, on Steam, baby. Let's go. And it's
That's a
cross
day one.
plat,
That's a
so
day one for me.
100%, 100%. August, yeah, I fuck with that. August. The only thing that I'm aware of that comes out in August is my beloved remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I
Delta
can
Snake Eater.
Oh, dude, I don't deserve that. I don't know what I did in this life. Like, I don't deserve that. I don't understand. I don't know. I'll probably fucking die before it happens. But anyways,
You're
move.
so grateful.
I am. I can't fucking believe it. I really can't fucking believe it.
Like, I can't believe I live in this timeline. I'm so blessed.
Seriously, what did I do to deserve this? I'm probably gonna die before August. Mark my words.
It's some sick fucking game. Something out there, some all powerful deity is just fucking with you, just cock teasing you. It's like,
Oh,
hey,
dude.
you're dead.
Oh, dude. Dead ass. If I die before August, I'm gonna go straight up to my maker and be like, dude, really? The fuck?
It's like, come on, I was right there.
Like there was this video I saw a long time ago on one of those nature documentaries, the like
Mm,
a Nat Geo type shit, where there was this water buffalo and he was stuck in mud. He or she was stuck in mud up to like
mm,
the chest area, so they couldn't move, and they were surrounded by painted dogs or hyenas. I don't remember which, but the
no.
dog these fuckers were like ripping at its asshole, and they ripped away so much of its asshole that it became a big cavern that they could fit their entire bodies in, and they were like
Oh,
walking into this creature's massive cavity of an asshole now, ripping out a piece of meat coming out, and
oh,
the water buffalo is just sitting there going
oh, that's
uh
awful.
oh, it was terrible. It haunts my fucking nightmares. But like the reason I thought of that, and I wanted to the reason I wanted to traumatize you real quick is because that's kind of the same imagery I get.
That's what you
Like,
equate it to.
yeah, like when it finally died of shock, I can just imagine it going up to its maker and being like, "Really, dude? The fuck did I
Like,
do for? What did I deserve that? I
why
didn't
did I
do.
deserve this?
What the fuck did I do? Like that's horrible. It's like the
That
worst.
is
Like you
horrible.
couldn't. I bet you couldn't have come up with a worse death for something. What did I do? You know?
Nature's awful. Nature's an
Yeah,
awful thing.
yeah, fucking crazy. Anyways,
But
let's
that's what
let's
you equate it to.
yeah, let's talk about video games. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right,
To get back on track.
I'm gonna kind of run through these. I'm gonna kind of run through these, but stop me at any point if you want to say something about any of these. I might even
Wait.
throw it over to you because I know I'm eyeballing a couple of these that might have your name on them. So, anyways, check this out. Moon Studios, those Ori, the guys who made the Ori games.
Oh, Steve.
Beau- Beautiful artwork. Those guys make fucking gorgeous artwork. They released a pretty substantial update titled "The Breach" for their early access game No Rest for the Wicked, which includes new areas, stories, weapons, enemies, and more. You haven't played that game, right?
The Breach?
Oh, no, no, no. The No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh, No
You
Rest
haven't.
for the Wicked? No.
I know Travis is playing that, so yeah. All right. So I'm gonna check. Ask him this upcoming week if he's gonna check that out because he probably should.
No Rest.
This one's got your name on it though. Sea of Stars owners will be getting free
Yeah.
DLC from developer Sabotage Studio on May 20th for all platforms. The DLC update titled "Throes of the Watchmaker" will add over 8 hours of gameplay, including new areas, music, dungeons, mini games, enemies, bosses, puzzles, new classes for Valir and Zale, and a new playable character named Artie. You gonna fucking you gonna jump it? You gonna jump back in? You finished it, right?
Yo, Sea of Stars?
Yeah.
I did finish it. I fucking love that game, dude. It's so cool. The
Oh, it's
artwork and like the
gorgeous.
music and everything is beautiful.
Absolutely
A lot of
gorgeous.
love and passion went into that game, bro. Yeah. Because I originally I played it on Game Pass, so I didn't even own the game.
Oh, I
Um,
I thought you were playing it on the Switch. So you played it on Game Pass. So if you wanted to play the DLC, you'd have to play it on the what Xbox, or did you play it on the PC
yeah.
Game Pass?
No, I played it on the Xbox, but I don't mind. I didn't even really buy it, but I don't mind buying it. That's a great game. They can have my money.
Yeah, Sabotage is awesome. They have
We
my
want
money.
more money.
Did you ever get to play
I
The
love that shit.
Messenger, Sabotage's other game?
Uh, oh no, I never got around to it. No, I've been meaning
Uh,
to though, because that I there are some. Because I guess in the story, this game is a prequel
yes, yes, yeah, and
to the
there's
Messenger.
yeah, it's not really much of a spoiler to say that there's like a moment late into the messenger where you can see something that's
Mhm.
obviously Sea of Stars. So yeah, it was a great game. I loved the little there was this mechanic of jumping back and forth like to the old like to the past, and then you're in the future, and whenever you jump to the past you're in 8-bit and it looks like you're playing an
Mhm.
NES game, and then when you jump to the future it's 16-bit like the SNES. It was so cool. I loved that. Great game.
Mhm.
Great game. Highly recommended.
I love it when
Uh
games do that.
yeah, that's such a cool thing. I love that. So clever. Here's another one. Developer Housemark released a PS5 Pro upgrade for Returnal to celebrate the game's fourth anniversary, which will now boast up to 2.5 times more pixels than was possible on the base PS5 model. I don't have it. I heard great things about it. Have you played Returnal? Are you interested in Returnal?
I have not. I am interested in it. I would say it's one of my games in my. It's one of the games in my backlog.
Mm.
Um, it looks really cool. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that
lie. And I
yeah,
know it's like a
Housemark makes some cool
roguelike.
games. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks really good, dude. It's so sick. That's a game I think I would be interested in playing.
yeah, if you look back on Housemarque's previous games, it kind of all culminated into this one. Like they're
Mhm.
they're really big on like the bullet hells and stuff, and this is like a third person, I believe it is, third person bullet
Yeah,
hell, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. And that's very cool, free little upgrade there, um, for anybody who has the game. So that's awesome. Good for them.
that's a huge plus.
Uh, what we got here? Ubisoft revealed their plans for post-launch support of Assassin's Creed Shadows. In May, players will be getting a new story mission as well as an update to the game's codex and some quality of life improvements. Then later in the month, a quote unquote special collaboration, of which there are no details, photo mode improvements, and a parkour update. Parkour! In June, expect more story, new difficulty options, gameplay immersion settings, an open world alarm system, and the ability to have your headgear show up in cutscenes, by golly.
That's sick.
Even more is planned, though no dates were given. Uh, Assassin's Creed, what say you?
Mm,
Pass.
I don't really have an opinion on this one. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game, I think, since Brotherhood, and that was
Oh,
almost
damn,
20 years ago, I want to say. It's been a long time.
that's a great game, though. I didn't even mention that earlier when I mentioned how I was playing through all of the old Assassin's Creed games. The
Mhm.
Ezio trilogy really was the shit. It really was.
Yeah.
All three of those games were fucking fantastic. I loved them. And of course the pirate one, the fourth one, uh,
Yeah, Black Flag.
Black
Yeah,
Flag. Oh,
Brotherhood was
dude,
probably my favorite.
yeah, Brotherhood was awesome. That's a wait. So there was Assassin's Creed 2 and then Brotherhood, right? I think.
Yes. And then
Yeah,
3. Yeah.
yeah.
Brotherhood was between 2 and 3.
But then there was the end of the Ezio trilogy where he's like an older guy. Revelations, I think, and then it was 3, I think. No,
Oh,
I
really?
might I might have that backwards. But yeah, there was another one where you weren't playing as him, but he was like older and stuff. I think it was called Revelations. Good game, great shit. If you like Ezio, he was awesome.
I do want to go back eventually and play through all the games. Ow. I just
Hmm.
I tried gripping my desk to pull me closer, my thumb just slipped out. But but I do eventually want to go back and play some of the older games and maybe to the more modern ones just to see what they're like. Um
I'll give you a sneak peek. I had that exact same idea, and I briefly touched on it earlier. I got through like if you're gonna do that and you want to get through them faster, put them on the easier difficulty.
on the
That's
easy
that's
difficulty, yeah.
yeah, like so you could just kind of breeze through the combat, get to experience the story and the open worlds and all that cool shit. Um, but I did briefly get to play after Black Flag. I jumped into the Egyptian one. I think that's Origins, and oh man,
See.
like like the gameplay was very different. I remember I
Mhm.
didn't get very far, but the gameplay was very different. But holy shit, that open world was so beautiful, man. The ancient Egypt setting. Oh, I need to jump back into that. It was so cool. That was so cool.
Is this game pre like the Ezio trilogy or I guess saga?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first in the timeline
Nah,
origins.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's first in the I think it's first in the timeline. I'm judging by the fact that it's ancient Egypt and the fact that it has origins in the title. I think you do somewhere in the story get to see how the assassins were kind of created or something. Because yeah, I don't remember there being much in terms of assassin stuff in the beginning of the game.
Mhm,
I think that comes later, but it was
mhm.
very cool game. Uh, for what it's worth, this one I wanted to point in your direction. Monster Hunter Wilds has an event going on, or at least it did. I don't know if it's over yet. This is taken directly from the gaming website Push Square. It says available to fight right now through its own event quest. Arch tempered Ray Dao. Am I pronouncing that right? Yes.
Yes,
Is a
beautifully.
much thank you is a much more powerful version of the lightning based creature. If you're able to bring it down, you'll be rewarded with a new Ray Dao Gamma armor set. Are
Armor set.
you gonna kill that motherfucker?
I most definitely will.
Do
I
you
I do have plans to go back to Wilds eventually.
Mhm.
Uh, it'll probably be after I'm done with Claire Obscure though.
Oh shit. Are you
I'm really dead set on playing that one next after I'm done with Chronicles X.
Oh, I thought you were playing it. Oh, okay, never mind.
No,
I
no,
was gonna
no.
say you didn't put
I'm
that in the
definitely gonna
Google
get it.
Doc. Okay. I was gonna say you didn't put that in the Google Doc. Um,
No.
Okay, well that's good because Mike Buttery Croissant he did ask us a question that was kind of it had something to do with Clair Obscur's like was it like a Final Fantasy ripoff type thing, but I didn't
Mhm.
put that in the Google Doc just because I haven't played it. I know you haven't played it, so it would be complete conjecture on our parts on that. So
Yeah.
I
From
figured,
what I've seen, it doesn't really look like it. If I had to compare it to anything though, it kind of looks like or I guess the combat style reminds me more of Persona.
yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't played any Persona games, so I can't speak to that, but I know you can.
Yeah, it looks more like that to me. But like I said, I haven't played it yet, but I will definitely let you know, Mike,
Okay.
when I
Yeah,
do play it.
yeah, because you are gonna play. I mean, what is it? $40, $50, something like that.
40
Fucking,
ducks?
it's like 40 or 50 ducks
That's
bones.
a steal.
It is. It's like you're robbing them blind. Those poor bastards, dude. They
I,
sold. I think it said 2 million copies already after not even 2 weeks yet.
I want my money.
So much money. How about that internet money? Oh man! So congratulations to them over there at the studio. Fuck, I don't remember what Sandfall.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
congratulations to Sandfall Studios, man. 2 million copies. I know that's
Hopefully,
kind of just random. We just randomly brought that up, but I just saw that this morning. So congratulations. That's
hopefully they
awesome.
set a new standard for the video game industry, bro.
Yeah, like you think so? In terms of what a double A game can be, or hopefully get some
Yes, like
triple
the
A.
potential and like just allowing people to be their creative selves when they want to create stuff like that and not really not holding your artists back, you know.
Yeah, I think
'Cause-
that was another thing that they mentioned. The head of the studio said something about how a game like that would have never gotten the green light if it were a
yeah,
triple A studio or something, and that's sad to see. Like,
that's so bad to hear, bro. That is
but
absolutely so atrocious that something this beautiful would not even
yeah, it
be
wouldn't
able
make
to
it.
make its way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they'd be like, well, you gonna make me $1 billion? No, then fuck you, fuck
Yeah.
your game, fuck your idea, fuck your IP.
If it's not safe, I don't want to make it.
Right? What you know? What sells Call of Duty? Make Call of Duty.
Make me Call of Duty. I want more money. God, I gotta stop making that joke.
It's okay. Speaking of making money, swimsuit outfits are on the way for Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah, baby.
They were teased as a part of an upcoming comic book, so their revenue is about to hit astronomical heights. Anything that makes the blood go a la Verga will also make the money printer go burr. Yes, I
That
wrote
was a
that.
good little addition. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week. No details yet on which characters will be getting the new skins, how much they'll cost, or when they'll be released. The comic releases, however, on June 9th, so probably sometime around then. Um, with their jiggle physics and everything, they don't shy away from all that sexual
Mhm,
shit in that game. Like
mhm.
they're gonna, oh my god, dude, they're gonna make so much fucking money.
Yeah, they're gonna make so much money. It's so funny because I don't even play like Marvel Rivals, but anytime like
Same.
they come out with a new character, it's like the first thing I always hear about.
Yeah, they're just
It,
like, just, oh, I want to fuck
it's
it.
it's so popular. Like I usually just see the art that comes after it, and it's just like, oh, this is interesting. This
Yeah,
is
dude.
nice to see.
Yeah, it was the Invisible Woman, and now the Emma Frost character.
Emma Frost, yeah,
Oh yeah,
fucking
and
Thunder Thighs.
yeah, dude, the internet loves these characters, man. They're
Mhm.
so that's cool. I give it to them because they know what sells. They know that you got to make the blood go a la Verga.
Yep.
That's what is important. If you
They
sex
know
will
their
sell.
audience.
Exactly. Like what was that game that oh god, the name of it is escaping me, but it was going to be a hero shooter to try to rival
Oh,
Overwatch.
Concord,
Yes, and all their
Concourse.
characters were just gross. Like sorry
But
man,
ugly,
but
bro.
they were fucking gross. Nobody wants to
They
play
were
as these fucking
disgusting.
clowns. Yeah. So you didn't make the blood go a la Verga at all. You made the blood go directamente away from a la Verga, from the
Just
Verga.
basic psychology, bro.
It really is. A la Verga equals green money. Green money. All right, we'll stop.
My money.
We'll stop. Are you planning on jumping in if you can get Emma Frost in a bikini?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
I denounce multiplayer video games. I don't touch that shit anymore.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'm totally on board with you on that for the most part. When the new
Yeah,
Battlefield comes out, I'm gonna be eyeballing that like a fucking like a psychopath. Like I want that new Battlefield. It looks so good.
yeah. I'm an old man, bro. I don't have time for that shit. I say I'm an
Me
old man,
too.
but I'm only 28.
Either way, well, still, if you're an old man, what does that make me? I'm 10 years older than you almost. Christ,
You're basically dead at this point.
I'm a boomer. I'm the resident boomer. Thank you.
You're the resident boomer.
But
You're gonna
hey,
chase
like,
me down hallways.
but that means that you and I, the we don't have that perspective of the online video game player. So eventually, maybe we'll try to find somebody to invite them into the show that has that. Like they love them some online multiplayer shit. Some Fortnite
Yeah.
players, Call of
Damn.
Duty players.
I know
Hardcore
anybody like
battles.
that?
We know Kevin. We know Kevin. I know Kevin loves that shit. Kevin, join us. God damn it. All right. Here's some notable game releases this week, last week, next week. I don't know. Excuse me. Shotgun Cop Man from Dead Toast Entertainment, makers of My Friend Pedro, released on May the 1st on PC and Switch. Um, I actually watched the trailer for this game. It looked fucking sick.
Dude, it looks so cool. I was gonna say, really quick that this game kind of reminds me of Super Meat Boy.
I'm a huge fan of Super Meat Boy. I love Super Meat Boy so much. This I don't see the resemblance. It does look like their other game, my friend Pedro. Have you seen that game?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude, look up my friend Pedro on Steam. Tell me that game doesn't
Oh,
look fucking bitchin'. It looks so
my
good,
friend Pedro.
dude. Watch the trailer
Oh,
for
the
that one.
banana?
Yeah, 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 the banana one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks so good. Some of the crazy shit that you can do in that game, and this looks more like
Oh, what the hell?
it looks like more of that. I don't know. It might have that precision, that demanding precision of you, like Super Meat
Mhm.
Boy would. But I think this would, in that case, maybe be a little more aligned with oh, what's that fucking game called?
This
Hotline
this does
Hotline
look sick.
Miami.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't it
Hotline
look?
Miami. I was about to point that out too. Yeah, it also kind of reminds me of Hotline Miami.
Oh, I love those games. Absolutely love them. So I'm gonna have my eye on this Shotgun Cop Man. Probably get it on a discount later on. It looks really cool. And
Uh,
my friend Pedro, definitely want to get that. That looks so fucking cool. Um,
yeah, this game looks
also,
silly.
oh, releasing today. Today's the 6th, right? Yeah. Metal Eden
Yeah,
by Rycon Games releases today, May the 6th, on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. The
this
Steam
game actually looks
page,
sick as fuck.
the Metal Eden one.
Yeah,
Are you on Steam right now?
D.
Can you pull up the Metal Eden page? Because the last time I checked the other day, and the Steam page still said quarter 3 of 2005.
Quarter 3, 2025. Yeah, I see that. There is a demo, but it has not released.
Oh, okay. So then I take that back. Maybe it's releasing on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and we get a demo on
First?
PC for later on.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I got this the game releases from, I believe it was GameSpot.com. So have to tell them like, hey, motherfuckers, this shit ain't
What's
right.
going on here?
Yeah, what are you doing? What do you fucking take me as? I'm Tony Flowers. What do you mean? Who am I? I'm Tony Flowers.
Tony Flowers.
Recognize you, son of a
You
bitch.
motherfucker, you. Why,
Just
yeah, you wanna?
send them an animated GIF of not Danny DeVito. Oh my god, Tommy from Goodfellas. Oh my god, never mind. Just beating the shit out of.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, it's not Danny DeVito. God damn, I hate everything. Anyways,
That's funny.
I'm gonna move on before I get actually crucified by everybody that loves gangster movies.
Wait,
I'm
I
sorry.
wanted to say something about Metal Eden.
Oh, please go ahead, please.
It looks like Doom, and I like that. So I'm actually probably going to pick this game up. I'm most likely going to play it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It does kind of look like Doom.
Yeah,
It
it has
kind of
like a Doom
reminds me of
aesthetic to it.
the aesthetic at least reminded me of Metroid Prime or something. Am I
Mhm.
totally off there? Because I haven't played Metroid Prime, so I don't know.
No, I could see it.
Okay, I'm not insane, not out of my
I
mind yet.
see it. No, I see it. I see how you would see that.
Okay. The next game that apparently releases today, perhaps, maybe, because the last one was incorrect, Among Us 3D by Shell Games and Inner Sloth LLC, supposedly releases today, May 6th, on PC. You're on
It
Steam,
is
right?
available.
I'll
Yeah.
be, I'll
It
be,
is available. It is available.
I'll be goddamned.
Allow me a
Uh,
son of a bitch.
yeah, you son of a bitch, you. What is this?
This looks fun.
Yeah, it's like the
We should play.
exact. Oh, dude, yeah,
Go
but
go
like,
ahead.
do you have to buy it if you have the
Yeah,
old game?
it's
It is a
10
separate
ducks.
buy, right? Oh, it's only ten
Yeah,
bucks.
it's a separate white. 10 ducks.
Okay, Joe Pesci is what I meant earlier. Beating the shit out of Joe
To
Pesci.
bring it back,
Yeah,
Joe
to bring
Pesci. To
so nobody crucifies me because like his name was just barely escaping me. It was on the tip of my tongue. I just couldn't say because I'm fucking out of my mind right now. But yeah, send them an
Mhm.
animated GIF of Joe Pesci just beating the shit out of fucking the Made Man. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it again.
No, you're digging yourself deeper into the
Oh
hole.
no! Billy Bats. All right, I remembered Billy Bats.
There you go.
God bless you, Billy Bats. All right, so Among Us 3D. It's available today. PC, get it or don't. Fuck you. I don't care.
This looks like a
Avail.
good game to play at like a LAN party. I think next LAN party I do, we'll definitely play this one.
Oh, dude, yeah. Just give me plenty of heads up. And oh shit, yeah. I forgot to mention I broke my PC, my gaming monitor, my monitor. So I need to replace that.
No.
Dude, I did. I totally did. I didn't tell you because I was embarrassed, but I'm gonna tell everybody that's listening. The last time we got together and I brought it over
Mhm.
and I drank a lot
Mhm.
of scotch and
Uh-huh.
I
Oh
got
no.
to yes, I got to my front door and I was reaching into my backpack to find my keys. And as I did that, my laptop slipped out of my backpack and landed right on the
Oh.
fucking oh dude, yeah, it landed right on the corner. And I completely just I didn't even because I was so scotched up, I was just like, huh, that's fine. I put it back in, left it by the door, went to sleep, and I woke up and I was like, "Oh my god, was that real or was that a dream?" And I go over there and it's like scratched up in the corner, and I turn it on. I'm like, "No, no." Ah, fuck my life, dude. Don't
Did
drink,
it
folks.
so is it broken properly or
Yeah, the screen is, yeah. But I looked it up
oh.
and I could get a replacement screen for about 70 bucks if I'm comfortable in replacing it myself. And I looked up a
Mhm.
video on how to do that, and it doesn't look hard at all. So I just need to get around to ordering one is all. I'll be
Si
okay.
senor.
For now, I just have it
That's good.
connected to my monitor, so that's fine. It's all good.
That's good. At least you
Yeah,
still get the power of your 4090.
yeah, and now I no, it's a 4080.
Oh,
Get it right, man. Get it
I
right.
was close.
You might have a 4090, but I don't.
I take what I can get. No, I got a 3060 Ti. I'm behind.
Hey, but that's fucking solid, dude. That's
It was
fucking
still pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah. So this is another game that I thought looked really cool when I looked it up. It's called Deck of Haunts by Mantis. Releases tomorrow on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch. Have you seen this one?
Mhm. I am looking at it right now.
Looks awesome. I like the idea of it. Like you are a haunted house and you're trying to fucking scare people or something with your deck. It's like a deck builder.
Oh,
You're Yeah, it looks really cool. I might fuck with that on the Switch. I
that's
might
actually
just
so cool.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's a cool little concept. I dig that.
That looks so cool. This reminds me of like when you're trying to kill your characters in like The Sims.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, yeah. I might actually fuck with that game. Looks really good. What does it say for price? I don't have it pulled up.
Let me see. I'm looking at the trailer on YouTube, but I'll go to
Oh,
Deck
that's okay.
of
That's okay.
Haunts. No, it's okay. It'll be quick. I have a fast computer.
See,
It's free. It's absolutely free.
you're lying.
No, I'm just kidding. It's excuse me. It releases tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll let
Oh,
it
it
tell
does.
me what's the
Oh, right. That's right. It's not going to show you a price until tomorrow, then, right?
yeah. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
see anything for a price.
Sorry, folks. That was my bad. That was my bad.
I almost got you.
uh,
Like it's
th-
free. It's free.
dude, that would be so sick. I would fuck with that so hard. I'm still gonna fuck with it at some point. I guarantee it
Mhm.
on the Switch. I think. Um, the Midnight Walk. This one looks fucking awesome too. By Moonhood. It's the studio's first game, and it releases on the 8th of this month on PC and PS5. This is that one that looks like. I think it
Oh.
actually was like the whole game was made from clay. It's like claymation, but it's turned into a game. It looks really creepy. I love the little aesthetic, the little character that you're either playing as or you keep seeing in the trailer looks
Mhm.
fucking cute and creepy at the same time. I love it, dude. It looks awesome. Uh,
You know what this art style reminds me of?
what?
I don't know if you've seen that movie. I can't remember the name of it. Uh,
Coraline.
no, it
It's
was
got to be Coraline. No?
well, Coraline, yes, but have you ever seen that movie Nine,
Yes, yes.
the
I
little
bought that on
animated
a whim.
movie?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
The
uh,
little sack dude. Yeah,
yeah, Sackboy.
yeah.
PlayStation 3 Sackboy. Yeah, that
Sa-
that that animation style kind of reminds me of Nine a little bit.
yeah, I think Nine and Coraline and this game, I think they're all just like claymation. That's such a cool. Have you ever seen time lapses of people doing claymation in front of a
Yeah.
camera? Oh, dude,
Mhm.
fascinating, dude. What fucking talent, man. And then taking that information and putting it into a game. Hopefully the game does really well. Hopefully it's really great because it looks, at the very least, looks absolutely wonderful. I would fuck with that so hard. Revenge of the Savage Planet by Raccoon Logic Studios releases also the same day, May 8th, on PC, PS5, PS4, if you can believe it, Xbox Series X and S. Um, are you familiar with the Savage Planet games? I think this is the second one in the series.
No, I'm actually not. This is my first time hearing about it. I'm watching the trailer right now, and the first 10 seconds, I already saw this dude take a shit and not not eat his pills or take his pills correctly. Just shoves them into his helmet.
It's a this so this is, if I'm not mistaken, the second game in the series, and I think the big selling point for this one is that you can play it with friends. I
Uh,
I I if I'm remembering correctly, you couldn't play. I think it was called Journey to the Savage Planet. I think the first one was called. I don't think you can play that with anybody. I think that was a single player joint. But yeah, those are the games releasing this week. Next week we're probably gonna be talking about Doom and shit, bro. Fuck yeah.
oh yeah, Doom is coming out soon here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's gonna
Uh,
be exciting. Shit, that's
yeah,
another game on the back burner, bro.
I know, dude. I don't know if it's gonna be
Oh,
like. If you have Steam pulled up, is it gonna be a $70 game? Do you know? Do you see that?
I wouldn't mind if it was a $70 game. I'll pay any amount of money for Doom.
I have to ask my wife if it's okay.
I gotta ask my wife if it's okay. May 14th, 2025. It is going to be a $70 game.
Wonderful. All right. Well, good for.
69.99.
Looks
It
fucking
looks
dope. I
so cool though. I think
which
it deserves it though.
yeah, that's not gonna bother me at all. I don't think.
I can't wait. I haven't even played the DLC parts 1 and 2 for Doom Eternal. I never got
Same,
around to playing that.
same. If you want some insight as to how good or bad they are, Slayer, our buddy on Discord, he's
Uh,
huge into Doom, dude. I guarantee he's played those, and he'll have some shit to say about them. If you ever want to know, ask that boy. He'll tell you.
Excellent.
Free this week on Epic Game Store is Super Space Club, developed by Graham of Legend. That's such a cool name for a studio. Um,
Gram of Lead.
so this is the little write up. I just kind of like copy and paste it here into the Google Doc. It says Super Space Club is a lo-fi arcade space shooter to chill to, defend a vibrant galaxy as a club of misfit heroes and battle endless waves of spacecrafts to the tune of atmospheric beats, outlast your enemies, and vibe to the rhythm of the stars. I was looking at it. It
Mhm.
doesn't look bad at all. I might fuck with that one.
It looks like a game to just kind of play and chill, you know, like something to
Yeah.
like to de-stress you. It does look
Mhm.
really fun. It's what's that one old style game? The fucking ColecoVision Asteroid.
Oh, like asteroid? Oh, I don't know. I don't know exactly the term you're looking for, but I think I know what you're
What was the
talking
name of
about.
that game? Where you're just like a little triangle and you're blowing up like meteors.
Galaga, maybe? Was it
I think
Galaga?
no, Galaga.
No.
Galaga's with the aliens.
Yeah, that's right. It might actually
Was,
be.
was it just Asteroid?
I think it was
Asteroid?
asteroid. I think it was. Yeah.
Oh
That was before my time. So I know you think I'm a
no, no.
boomer and all, but that's before my time. I didn't play that trash. I didn't
Oh
play
yeah, it was
Centipede.
Asteroids.
I didn't
Yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
Centipede. I didn't play any of that crap because I'm better than that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
I didn't play any of that fucking bullshit.
But yeah, this is a free game. You might as well just add it to your library if you have an Epic Game Store account. Go ahead and do that. Also, hopefully you guys didn't miss out on this, but on the 4th, May the 4th be with you and all that crap. For 24 hours, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga was available for free that whole day. I that it's they've given that one away for free before, so I do already have that from them. Thank you. Uh,
Mm.
but it was available, so hopefully you guys didn't miss out on that.
Before we move on, I have something to say.
Yes, Barish?
Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 are some of the best Star Wars games I've ever played.
I would love for you to tell me about those because those are completely outside of my wheelhouse. I never got to play them. It's not because I never wanted to. It's just I never got around to it. So, um, please, floor is yours, man. Tell me about those games. I hear they're fucking awesome. This isn't news to
I
me.
I think they're both on Steam, I
Fuck
want to
out of here.
say.
Get
But
the fuck
I
out of here.
remember I remember playing them when I was younger and I really really enjoyed them cuz it's like you're just playing the game from like the perspective of like kind of like an anti-hero type person, like what I
Mm,
think what Luke Skywalker would have been if he had gone like full Sith Lord, but kind of not fully moved to the dark side. You know, what was
yeah.
the main character's name? Star Destroyer? No,
That actually is, no, never mind.
that- I don't.
There's probably
What
somebody
the hell
listening
was?
that's just like screaming at the screen, like, no, that's my fucking.
It's grabbing the monitor. It's like you piece of shit.
How are you gonna sit there and say you like the game and you don't remember his fucking name?
It was a cool
Yeah.
like concept, and it was like a hack and slash kind of game. If I had to compare it to anything, probably like God of War.
Huh.
It was really cool, bro. I love the Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
Is it in fact on Steam? Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
so
It
the
is.
first one is on Steam, and so is the second one.
Get the fuck out of here. What price? Come on, man. Sell
I
it.
think the
Sell it to me.
first I think the first one is $20. The second one is also $20.
That's not bad. And they'll probably. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna add them to my wish list until they go on sale for $3 each.
it's a decent price, but yeah, I think I played both of these games on the Wii,
Hmm.
which is
Oh my
probably not the
god.
best way to play it.
No, no. They
But
probably had some really cool like swiping mechanics though. No.
yeah, it was fun because like the QuickTime events was basically that you had to swipe in the right direction or else you would fucking die.
That's so good.
But yeah, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I wish they would have continued the games or something like it, or maybe they did, and I just don't know anything about it. If anybody knows, please put me on because I need something like that again.
Yeah, but like, did the second game end in such a way where you can see it moving forward in some fashion or another,
I don't
or
want to
did it?
spoil anything.
You don't have to spoil anything. You just say like, yes, it was kind of left open, or no, it was kind of solid. And
I
I'm just
know it
being
was kind of
selfish,
solid.
and you're just being selfish. Okay.
I from what I remember, I think it was solid, but like I said, I haven't played the games in a long time.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check those out one of these days. It's definitely on my list, and now it's gonna be on my wish list. So hell yeah, dude.
Bash me too.
Yeah.
I just did it.
So what are we playing? Here we are again, and
We've made it.
we have. I'm still playing Oblivion. I I don't have too much to say about it that I didn't say last week already, but we do have a write-in from Buttery Croissant, our delicious sounding homie Mike.
Our number
Uh,
one fan.
yes, sir. He says Oblivion was my favorite Elder Scrolls from the start. It was great to have it remastered. My question is, what are your thoughts on developers and their lack of effort to make games detailed anymore? Ooh. He says, for example, in the original Oblivion, you could place gold on scales and they would weigh down on that side. That sounds so fucking cool. It doesn't do that in the remaster. A small detail, but take into consideration other games in that aspect. A second example, Assassin's Creed Shadows versus Black Flag and the water and swimming physics. Are developers getting lazy, highlighting one good feature and then underdeveloping others? That's a great question. And it doesn't really necessarily need to be on me. If you have any thoughts on this, um,
I have one thought.
go for it, man. Go for it.
I fucking hate Oblivion.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding.
Oh
That
god,
that
that's it.
as you were
That's
reading
amazing.
that entire thing, I that was sitting in my mind. I had to get it out. I think little details in that add more character into games, honestly. I It's hard to say if developers are getting lazy. In my mind, I would like to say yes, but I don't know what the logistics are of, developing a video game like that. But if this was a
Mhm.
true remaster, I would think you would add a small little detail
Yeah,
like that to the
yeah,
new
something
game.
like that. Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
seems like it would fit within the skeleton of the Gamebryo engine. I don't imagine it would take much, like, more than, they put all kinds of effort into all these other things. Like, for someone like me who's just playing Oblivion kind of really for the first time ever, I would have
Mm,
never noticed something like that, and I would have never even thought to do something like that. Find some scales and throw some gold on it to see if it weighs it down. I would have never even thought of that. That's so fucking cool. So for newbies
mm,
like me, it's probably not that big a deal. But for age old fans like Mike, I can see how something like that would be a bit of a, I was gonna say disservice, but disappointment, really. Like, oh, okay, they didn't put that in there. I
mhm,
hear they left some glitches in there, some dialogue pieces that were kind of, uh, how would you put it? Some pieces of dialogue that didn't work very well in the original game that got made fun of all the way to fucking hell and back. They kept
mhm,
those in there. So yeah, it that kind of sucks. But um, when it comes to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that whole game kind of revolved around the water. So it was really important, I think, for the developers and the studio heads to say like, hey, make sure that when he's running in water, his legs are coming up. Have you ever run into like waist high water and your legs come up all the way to your fucking chest? You're trying to, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
it's very difficult to wade yourself through water.
right, and he does that in Black Flag, and I feel like, yeah, totally, yeah, he should do that, even though it's an
Hmm.
older game. And then in Shadows, they just kind of wade through it like they're a little
They glide.
slowed. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're it looks like it's the same animation. I had to look up a video because I was really curious as to what he was talking about here, and the side by side comparison. Yeah, the Black Flag has superior water physics and swimming physics and running through water. Everything is way better than Shadows, but if I'm not mistaken, Shadows really doesn't focus on water stuff much. It's more about, the ninja and samurai stuff, right?
Hmm.
Um, so I'll give them a pass on that. But then again, I don't really think the devs themselves are lazy. Maybe the studio heads, you know, because
Hmm.
like the indie devs, they don't really have any corporate investor bootlicker fuckers to answer to. No fiscal year earnings crap, Whereas
Yeah.
these other guys at the AAA studios making Assassin's Creed, they're just like, hey, dude, we need this game to come out, blah blah blah. We need to make this much money, yada yada yada. And I've seen the little documentaries with like Naughty Dog and stuff, and when they're showing Neil Druckmann, for example, like a cutscene, and he'll sit there and be taking notes, and he'll be like, "Hey, I don't like the hair physics. When is that going to get fixed? Next time, right? Yes, next time." So I'm assuming that these water physics and like running through water, swimming, shooting an arrow through water and stuff in Shadows, that was shown to the studio heads, and they were just like, it's good enough you know so
Hmm.
maybe they're the ones getting lazy. I don't think the devs themselves are just like, fuck this, I don't give a shit you know I
Yeah,
think
it's
if
probably
they
that
have,
kind of mentality.
right, it's just like, this is what I'm paid for, this is what I got so far. If they like it, they like it, and we'll move on to something else, no big deal. And I think the studio heads are probably holding them back a little bit because um they're worried about their fiscal earnings and shit like that. they
Hmm.
they got they got
Not
to take
making a
care of the,
profit.
right, they got to take care of the investors.
They want
So
maximal efficiency. No money wasted, no time wasted.
exactly, exactly. Um,
That's got to be so demoralizing. I know this is purely just speculation, but if that's true, that's got to be so demoralizing.
yeah, yeah, I'd say so too. Um, but that was a great question, Mike. I really appreciate that. But the notes that I took on Oblivion, this is something that's absolutely new to me. I never really played a game and took notes on it, but I wrote down a couple of things here. Caves are all very similar with few exceptions, so that's one thing I wrote down. I haven't been following the story too much. I've been doing the little side content, just running through caves and shit like that, and a lot of the caves do feel like they're procedurally generated. Like it feels like I'm running through the same thing over and over again with maybe a chest over here, maybe this time it's over there. You know,
Hmm.
they don't feel too dissimilar from each other, with very few exceptions. Like I said, not a big deal, but it does kind of feel dated in that way. So what's another thing here? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of folks complaining about performance issues. Now, I'm not what anyone would consider a graphics snob. I'm, a little pop in or sub 60 frames. That type of shit never really bothered me. However, there was a bunch of tearing on my screen until I unlocked my frame rate and I turned off VSync. I had to watch a video because I was like, dude, what the fuck is all this tearing shit? And they're like, okay,
Hmm.
unlock your frame rate, turn off VSync, you'll be fine. And it's been fine. It runs great for me. But again, I'm not hard to please when it comes to that shit. So one other little note is Sean Bean's in the game. Fuck yeah, dude. You know who Sean Bean is?
Not.
How dare you? So
I'm
most
about to look him
people,
up.
yeah, most people will recognize him as either Boromir in The Lord of the Rings, or maybe Lord Eddard Stark of House Winterfell, or I'm sorry, Lord Eddard of House Stark of Winterfell in the oh my god, I was always going, oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Game of Thrones. Don't crucify me. But the first movie I ever remember Sean being in was GoldenEye 007. So he played 006, Alex Trevelyan, and that's the first movie I ever saw him in. I love Sean Bean. I recognized
Mhm.
Patrick Stewart as the Emperor in the very beginning, like immediately. I recognize his voice immediately. But then when you meet a character very early on in the game, so it's not really a spoiler. And when he started talking, I was like, I know that fucking voice. So I had to close my eyes for a second. I was like, that's fucking Ed Stock. And then I looked it up to confirm my thoughts there. So yeah, Sean Bean,
Your
motherfuckers.
suspicions.
I didn't know that. Any fans of the original game? Apparently, that was Sean Bean all along. I did not know that. So yeah, I'm gonna geek out for a sec. What's cool is that Bethesda asked for suggestions on improvements. Like difficulty has been one of the main things that a lot of people have complained about, and I tested it out
Mhm.
because I've been playing on Adept. So people were saying that if you jump from Adept to Expert, it's like way the fuck off. So I did
Yeah,
it, and as soon as I jumped from Adept to Expert, no joke, I got fucking bodied by some mud crab and a couple of skeletons, and it was embarrassing, dude. So I had to drop it back down to Adept.
I have
Um,
heard of that.
if I were going to suggest anything to Bethesda, which I'm not going to because I don't want to go through all that crap, is the world map and the local map. When you open up the map, it shows you the world map. But if you're in a cave system or whatever, and you want to see your local map, you have to zoom all the way in and then hit the zoom in button a second time to show you your current location. And if you exit, you have to do the same thing over and over again every time you want to check it out again. So
Mhm.
that's kind of annoying. That would be really nice. I also wrote down that you don't really know when you're gonna be over encumbered until you pick something up. So that's kind of annoying. And the keys, they're just in your miscellaneous area. I always thought that was like a little key ring that they all just go to, so you don't have to look at them in your inventory. So that'd be nice also. But otherwise, great game. I'm still loving it. But I think I remember last week I was like, oh yeah, they put running in it. It's definitely a remake. No, it's a remaster. It's
It's a remaster. You
yeah,
changed
I
your mind?
100% changed my mind. I had to watch some footage of the original game side by side with the new game because, again, I haven't really played the original. So I put them side by side, and it really is the same fucking game, just new coat of paint and some
Fresh
nice
coat of
little
paint.
quality of life improvements. So yeah, I'm still super enjoying it. I think next week I might have something else to talk about. I'll probably still play it because it's been so much fun. But yeah,
Mhm.
I have another game in my library that I've been meaning to complete. I'll talk more about it next week. But you says you're still playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, and you're nearing the end of the story. So
See,
please take it away.
yes, I just completed chapter 9. There's 13 chapters in total. I got the flight module for my scale, my mecha, so now I can fly around and grab some collectibles that I was not able to do before. Um, so far, still enjoying the game. I kind of, for the longest time, I think I was at the beginning of the story because I was just doing a lot of the side content, like the missions. But I found I got bottlenecked pretty hard for some of them, so I bum rushed the story. Like I went from chapter 2 to 9 so quickly, um, and now I'm just kind of like going back to the side content. Um, Doing the side missions and just improving my armor, my weapons, fighting some of the harder bosses in the game, or I guess you could say tyrants, which are basically just super powerful versions of enemies that kind of they have like territories on the map, and you go there and you fight them. Um, to kind of unlock like the how do I explain it? The frontier nav, which is your map, but you get bonuses on depending on if you complete specific criteria. And one of those criterias could be defeating the tyrants of those locations. So I'm kind of just going around doing that. Yeah, still having fun with the game. I'm 50 hours deep. Hopefully, I'll be done with it this week. If not, I'll just continue to play it because I do really want to get to Clair Obscur. I keep repeating that, but I want to play that game so badly. But I also really love Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's so goddamn fun. especially
So,
with the. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, so you think that you're gonna finish it this week and jump into Clair Obscur? Have you already purchased it?
No, not yet. I'll probably purchase it as soon as I'm done with Xenoblade X though.
Is it still on sale? I think it was like $5 off or something like that.
I don't think so. I checked just now
Okay.
and it's normal price now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you already missed out on that. No big deal.
Right, so that's fine. I don't mind paying full price for a game that good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're still top in the charts. I think they overthrew Oblivion on the top of the charts, but I think at the
No.
yeah they overthrew Oblivion, but excuse me, at the very top I saw Destiny 2, so people are jumping back into that. I haven't heard any
Destiny.
news on Destiny 2, so
What
maybe
the
they have something
fuck?
going on.
What do they have like a new raid going on or a new event? I haven't
Probably.
heard that game in years.
Yeah, it's at the very top, but it is free to play, so I don't know. I don't know.
The
In terms
final
of
shape.
yeah, in term the final shape is old as fuck. That came out a while ago, I thought, at this point. But anyways,
Yeah, that was like last year.
yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
so yeah, you're are you still kind of in that mode where you're gonna play through the other Chronicles, the Xenoblade games after this one, and
No.
you're gonna put it down for a while?
Yeah, I'll jump into two eventually because I was trying to make my way through all the games and I'm basically going through my playthrough of two. And once I'm done with two, I'll play three and it's DLC.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
But
then I'll
then you
be
gotta
done with Xenoblade.
gotta fit Claire Obscure in there, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts, man. That's one that I really would like to check out sometime. So whenever you do get to that, I'll be very interested to hear what you have to think, what you have to say about it.
Yes, I'll take notes. I'll do that thing that you've been doing as well. I'll start.
It helps, man, because I'm very fucking scatterbrained, especially like in the
Yeah,
morning.
me too. Trying to like come up words trying to come out from thoughts is very difficult, but
It
that's
really
a skill
is.
I can improve.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But yeah, so we'll jump into the news, rumors, and leaks area of our podcast. So number one on the news, we're gonna say this has got to be number one. According to Bloomberg, between 300 and 400 people are losing their jobs throughout EA, 100 of which are from Apex Legends studio Respawn Entertainment. Two projects have been canceled at Respawn, one being a Titanfall extraction shooter, excuse me, said to be in early development. EA Sports Football Club and Apex Legends underperformed, leading to the layoffs, GameSpot reported. Estimates indicate that over 2,140 individuals have been laid off in the video game industry so far this year, which is fucking terrible.
Hmm.
Over 14,600 jobs were lost in 2024.
Damn.
Uh, that figure is cited by Wikipedia's page on video game industry layoffs, and it's corroborated by other reports. Um, this number significantly exceeds the over 10,500 jobs lost in 2023. So 2023, 10,500 jobs lost.
Damn, just
2024,
going downhill.
way more. Yeah,
Yeah.
14,600. This year, we're already we're in May. We're almost halfway through the year and we're at 2,140 roughly, which is still
Hmm.
terrible, but I mean, maybe on a upward trend, maybe fewer people are going to lose their jobs this year. Do you have anything to say about this?
My speculation is I think um, indie game studios are going to be doing a lot better these coming years. I think AAA studios are not doing so hot nowadays, especially with the cost of how much modern games, like AAA modern games are.
Mm.
Uh, thoughts. Come on, Oscar, you can do it. How much they cost to produce, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I see a rise in the indie game studio.
Yeah, 100%. When the AAA and the AA area kind of teeters and it kind of ebbs and flows with really great releases and then kind of sparse in that sense. The indie sites, I'm sorry, the indie the indie creators, let's just call them. They're
Mhm.
usually there to show you something new that you didn't even know sounded cool until you saw it and you
Oh,
played it. And yeah, they're always going to be there. I love indie games. I love the indie creators. Um,
to give a
but yeah,
quick shout out as an example, there was a game that came out recently called Haste. It came out on April 1st. Bro, I've never heard of this game, but when I saw it, it looked like the coolest thing ever. It's basically just like it's kind of like what Sonic the Hedgehog should be in 3D.
I gotta check
I
this
don't know if
out.
you've seen it, but it looks really cool. You play as like this female protagonist, and you're like running through these different environments, these different worlds at like a very high high octane, fast paced, just traversing these worlds as fast as possible as you get chased by the fucking endless void that's trying to swallow you up. It looks sick, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah, that does look awesome. Yeah, run fast, soar through the air, and master your landings as you speed through procedural worlds to outrun the end of the universe. That's so cool. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, the more that I watch this trailer, it does look like what Sonic should be. Sonic, you gotta
Yeah,
get
in
your shit
3D,
together, man.
dude. This shit looks fucking sick, dude. This is definitely a game I'm going to play
Hmm.
eventually.
20
But
bucks on Steam.
yeah, this is a perfect example of like what indie game studios kind of like the level of creativity that like if you just allow people to do things that they want to do, like to me this is I don't know. I guess I could equate it to just like I guess maybe I'm biased because it kind of gives me like a nostalgia feeling almost because it
Hmm.
almost reminds me of like the of how old games used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, dude,
But
like when it comes to the point that you made earlier, I remember Satoru Iwata from Nintendo when everything was kind of going downhill. Like he was the oh man, he was the head of Nintendo. I don't remember exactly what his title was, but instead of laying off a ton of people, he
I took a
shredded
pay cut.
his. Yes, you remember. Yeah, he took a huge pay cut to keep all these people in house because he knows that that's the lifeblood force of his portion of the industry. Like these are the people that are inspired. They're the ones that want to fucking make these games, and you got to keep your talent, man. Like
Mhm.
if you just shed talent just for the sake of a couple extra bucks this year, what's next year going to look like? Like you got to
Mhm.
consider that type of shit. And I don't know. It's one of those things. Like it's terrible. You feel kind of helpless. Like that's 22,000 people. Like in this particular case, 400 people losing their jobs at a time. Like that's got to be fucking terrifying, man. Um, I'd be scared as shit if I was out of a job right now. Like everything's
Yeah. I
it's
would
it's
say
not
that's just
looking very good.
opportunity for these people. I'd say they what would benefit them the most is if they got together and started their own indie game studios and
Oh
just
yeah,
start self-publishing.
yeah, like Sandfall Studio, bringing it
Yeah.
back to Claire Obscure. Like I don't know if he was laid off, but the head of Claire Obscure, I don't have his name in front of me, but he used to work at Ubisoft. I don't know if he was laid off or not, but yeah, that's a great point. Grab a couple of your best buddies and say like, hey, let's make a fucking game that we want to make. No one to
Mhm.
But then you gotta have your own funding and all that. So it's probably a lot harder than we think. But
Yeah,
still,
absolutely. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we don't see that makes it
yeah,
more difficult to do things like that, but
yeah,
my only retort to that is Stardew Valley.
yes, yeah, dude. What's his name? Eric Barone, I believe, is how you pronounce his last name. Concerned Ape. I
Anything is
love.
possible.
Yeah, dude. I think the story went that he was out of a job. He was making that game while his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, I believe. I might be wrong about some of this, but she was basically supporting him while he was making that game. And now he's a millionaire so many times over that neither of them ever have to worry about working again a day in their lives. And
Yeah.
that's such a beautiful story. I love that, and he deserves every fucking penny of it. Stardew Valley rules. But yeah,
Mhm.
sorry, a lot of people losing their jobs. My heart goes out to you. Definitely not in the Elon Musk way. Um,
I see you, Tony.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Tony
say hi to all
Flowers.
these people. Yeah, Tony Flowers, fucking tossing that out there. But yeah, because like this day and age, shit's not getting any cheaper. And I'm looking at you, Microsoft, which is a great segue. That's a
That
great
was
segue.
perfect. That was perfect.
Number two, Microsoft announced that they'll be raising the prices for their hardware, which seem to go into effect already, as well as bumping up some of their first party games releasing this holiday to $80. Call of Duty,
eighty
perhaps?
dollars.
$80 this holiday season. Look forward to it. Here's what's changing: the Xbox Series S, 512 gigabyte, increasing from $300 to $380, $80 difference. Xbox Series S 1 terabyte increased from 350 to 430, an $80 difference. The Xbox Series X digital increased from 450 to 550, a $100 difference. Xbox Series X disc increased from 500 to 600, a $100 difference. The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition increased from 600 to $730, a
I gotta look.
$130 difference.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, the wireless controllers and headsets are getting a $5 to $10 bump, while their elite controller models are seeing a $10 to $20 increase. No word as to whether or not Game Pass will also see a price hike. Perhaps we'll find out more on June 8th during the planned Xbox Games Showcase. Excuse me.
Nice.
Thank you. We have another write in from our homie Mike, Buttery Croissant, the delicious son of a bitch. The system, I believe, is 4 years old now with very minimal upgrades. In terms of cost, what cost them, let's say, 300 to make one console 4 years ago, now cost them less, even with inflation and tariffs. So is the increase even necessary, or is this just a cash grab? Hmm, good question. What say you? What say you?
Um.
Or would you like me to go first? Gather your thoughts. Gather your thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, you go ahead. I gotta think about this one.
Okay, I right out of the gate, I don't think that they would bump the price up just for the sake of profit. I really don't think so. You know, like I wouldn't plant a flag in the ground and say like I'm gonna die on this hill on that, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think they would. I think that's kind of, I don't know. I think that's beyond them. I think okay. So to my understanding, their sales have been pretty shit compared to the PS5 and the Switch since it came out, which is why they never flat out announced the console's sales numbers. They're always just like, oh, we have this many players, blah 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 blah. You know, they never say, hey, the Xbox Series S and X have sold this many units. I don't think they've ever said that, not a single time. But the PS5, the Switch, they're always coming out saying we sold this many units, we sold this many units, blah blah blah. We just hit this milestone. You don't hear that from Microsoft. So if they're already in that kind of situation, I don't think they're just gonna be like, well, fuck it, we'll be the first ones to bump up the price. You know, I don't think they're gonna do it for profit. Um, the tariffs, they could impact a bunch of the different components, like the chips, the memory, the RAM, the motherboard, the power supply, raw materials, plastics, metals, shit like that. If they get any of those things from China or anywhere else impacted by the tariffs, then yeah, like I can see the price for them going up in some way, and they're gonna foot that bill to the customer or the consumer, you and I.
The
So
consumer. Yeah.
yeah, what worries me the most about this is, do you think Sony is gonna follow suit? Do you think Nintendo is going to follow suit? It would be kind of shitty if they raised the price
They
of the
kind of
Switch
already
too.
did, but if they continue to raise the price of the Switch, that would suck. That's kind of something that's been worrying me lately, is it seems not even just for consoles, but like tech in general, it almost seems unsustainable at this point because prices are just continuing to go up every year. And like, I don't know, it's really hard to say or even see where the industry is going to go, like how are they going to continue to improve but also be able to keep prices low for the consumer to purchase? Like, it's a difficult thing to kind of wrap your head around.
It really is. Because I'm not going to pretend I'm very um, informed when it comes to the tariffs and who they who they impact, but I'm pretty sure China is one of the biggest ones. And I'm gonna go ahead and also go out on a limb and say a lot of these raw materials and chips and things are probably coming from China.
Yeah.
So it would be it would probably be in the best interest of Sony to look at that as well. And since it doesn't seem like there was much of an uproar with Xbox upping the price of their consoles. If Sony decides to do the same thing with the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, I I don't know, man. It might be a little more of an uproar because people actually do want that console. Sorry, Microsoft, but clearly your sales aren't as great as Sony's or Nintendo's.
Or
So
Nintendo's, yeah.
yeah, you gotta give them their flowers, give them their Tony flowers. And
I didn't want to say it, but does anybody even really care about Microsoft anymore?
in terms of the hardware, I don't think so. I've heard through the grapevine. I think we've even discussed this at work a few times that they're considering a handheld. It's like there are plenty of handhelds. The Steam Deck, the obviously the Nintendo Switch 2. There's
Hmm.
the Rogue Allies or the ROG Allies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like
Hmm.
like these are amazing machines. Like you kind of gotta and the I'm sorry the Steam Deck. They have another one coming out soon too, right?
It's I
Maybe not soon,
not
but I know
not
they have another
anytime
one.
soon, I don't think, but I wouldn't be surprised that Valve would upgrade their hardware soonish.
Oh, okay. So I might have just pulled that out of my ass, but I'm assuming at the very least, I'm assuming that Valve is pulling up,
No,
some new model.
they're pretty secretive, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt that they would come out with a Steam Deck 2
yeah.
with more
'Cause
powerful hardware.
I would really be sad if Sony bumped up the price of their PS5s and the PS5 Pro and the Portal, their VR headset. I really hope they don't do that. That would fucking
Mhm.
suck. I currently don't have any of the new stuff, and I think I told you at work, but I'll tell everybody listening that my PS4 is literally on the verge of taking a shit. We were My wife and I, we were trying to play It Takes Two, which isn't very demanding if I were to throw a guess out there. We were trying to play that together on the PS4. It's a base model PS4. It's the Batman Arkham Knight edition PS4. It's just
Nice.
it's just what they had. I didn't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I just wanted a PS4, and it's the only one that GameStop had. And they're like, it's only $10 more, and I'm like, all right, fine.
Mhm.
Um,
I'll take it.
Right, exactly. So, but I've had that for so long at this point, and we were playing It Takes Two, and for the first time ever, we get this little pop up on screen. You need to shut this thing down. It's overheating. And I look down at my console, and it's flashing a red light at me, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Dude, dead ass. I took it out the following day. I opened it up. I watched a little video on YouTube and shit on how to do it correctly. But I opened it up. I blasted it with fucking air. I thought
Mhm.
I did a really great job. I cleared out so much fucking trash from that fucking thing. It's we have 3 cats and all that, and we live in
Mhm.
Arizona, so it's very dusty here. So I cleared out so much of that shit. And the very next time we try to play, same thing. So I
No
think,
way.
yeah, I think my PS4 is on
That
the on its
sucks.
last leg.
On the
Once it
verge of death.
hmm Once it dies, I'm definitely gonna have to get a PS5. Um, so I really hope they don't bump up the price because that'll make me super sad boy, very very sad boy. But yeah, shall we move on?
C.
All right, number
Yeah,
number.
it's just very difficult to. Sorry, I guess I have a final thought. Yeah, it's just really
Go ahead, go
difficult
ahead, go ahead.
to say what's gonna happen with the market. Really, I
Yeah,
guess that's all I got to say. Yeah, it's very very unpredictable.
yeah. No matter how you look at it, we're the ones who are going to be holding the bag at the end of the day, whether it's empty or
Yeah,
full.
we're
You
gonna
know,
we're gonna eat the cost.
definitely, definitely. So may our corporate masters have mercy on us.
May they have mercy on our souls.
All right, number three. There is speculation out there that I'm sorry, that Nintendo will be adding themes to the new Nintendo Switch 2, but so far it just seems to be speculation and nothing's confirmed. Oscar, bro, themes on the Switch
I,
2.
I want themes to happen, bro.
dude, me too. They're
I
like,
miss that so much from like the DS era.
yeah. Did they ever even add those back to the PS5? Because I remember themes were a thing on the PS4. I don't think they brought those forward either. Sony, right?
No, I don't think they ever did. The only thing they did was the special edition themes that came out for like I think it was the 30th year of PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right.
And I want to say they brought them back because they did remove them, but I think they brought them back. I could be wrong though.
Hmm.
Let me see.
But yeah, Nintendo has so many IP, and they can generate so much income if they just charge like $5 for a theme, $2 for a theme. I don't fucking know. But that'd be so cool. Turn on my fucking Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm greeted by Donkey Kong themed
Donkey Kong,
everything. Oh, dude.
absolutely, or like a
Yeah,
Metroid Prime theme. Oh, bro,
right.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Dude, I'm telling you, they have so many
I'm about
IP
to
that they could work
nut.
with. Yeah, right?
I'm
Dude,
about to nut.
that's one of my favorite things about my PS4 is that when I purchased, um, it was the what the fuck are they called? Future Press, the Future Press uh, game guide. I bought it for the Bloodborne for Bloodborne because I'm a little
Mhm.
pussy like that. When I play Miyazaki's games and from software games, I need a guide. And fuck you, come at me, motherfuckers, because I still have to, like, I might know that there's a guy around the corner who looks like a penis and he's gonna suck my face off, but I still need to deal with him. You know, I still
Yeah.
need to deal with him. So come at me. But anyways, I bought I do that with I was doing that with the Elden Ring when I was playing Elden Ring recently. I have the two books side by side. Future
Mhm.
Press, dude, they make some bitchin' fucking game guides. So anyways, the game guide that I bought for Bloodborne, it came with a little code that I punched into my PS4, and it gave me a theme that plays the music when you're at the Hunter's Dream, and it's
Oh,
it's
that's so
beautiful.
cool.
Do you like if I say the Hunter's Dream? Do you know exactly what song I'm talking about?
It's very vague, but yes, I do.
Yeah, look that one up later. That's what's playing every time I turn on my PS4. It plays that and has the logo of the old blood and stuff on the background. Oh, it's such a great theme. I love that. And then when you log in as my wife, it's just some basic ass fucking background. I'm like, God damn it, honey, have some class. I need to show her some of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I
But
need them
yeah.
to bring back games, bro, because that's something I love, especially with like consoles and stuff, bro. Is I want to be able to like customize it to make it my own, especially like for my profile.
Hmm.
I just love having the customizability.
Hmm. That was something else that I read this morning on the Switch too, that they're going to be adding, I want to say
Little
200
plates.
and do you know what I'm talking about? Like 230 something, 250 little icons to choose from versus like 100 something on the I'm sorry, on the Switch one. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little
Mm, I've
I
actually
think
never heard of this, but are you talking about like the NSO icons that they give out every couple of weeks?
I don't know if it's that or if it's just the player icon. Like you create a profile and now you choose your icon. Does that
Hmm.
sound right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if it's that, if that's what I'm thinking of, they're going to be adding, I think it's going to be over 200, 230 something versus
Oh, yeah.
100 and something. Yeah. So that's fucking
That's
cool as
nice
shit.
because you don't get many to start with, I think.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool. The themes on top of that. Oh man, I would love that.
They
I
kind
really,
of
I
they kind
really
of
hope that's
already
true.
do the customization too with the little avatars. Because if you
Yeah.
have NSO, you have like if you use your platinum points, you can unlock like other icons. They do, and they cycle games out every month, I want to say, because they do it in like phases. So like one month they'll have like Fire Emblem Engage like icons, and you can purchase like the characters, like the faces of the characters, and then like a background or maybe like a border. Um, and they do that with like every game or every main IP that they have for Nintendo. Like I have a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles uh icons, and I love because you can mix and match them too. Like that's the crazy thing is like you can change the character, you can change the theme of it, like the background and then the border, and it's like you can basically make an infinite amount um of those little avatar icons, you know. And I
Yeah.
kind of want that. I want more customizability.
Yeah.
On top of
Hopefully
that, with
that's real.
games. Yeah, I hope so too. But
Yeah, that'd be
nothing confirmed yet.
yeah. We'll keep a close eye on that definitely. And keeping with Nintendo, there number three, there is speculation out there that Nintendo. I'm sorry, that was number
Oh
three.
no, wait, that was the previous one. Yeah, we're
That
on
was
number
number
4
three.
now.
I'm a idiot. Number four. Nintendo has stated that 12 games will be getting free upgrades when the Nintendo Switch 2 drops. Those games are as follows: Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Love Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario Odyssey. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Awesome. Legend of
That one is a must need. Good Lord, Link's Awakening suffers so much.
Yeah, and it's such a good game too. It's so
It
good.
is.
Oh, I love it so much. That's such a perfect remaster. Uh, uh,
Hmm.
they kept with that little toy aesthetic. Everything looks like little toys. It's so cute. I love
Hmm.
that game. And then that same theme, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I need to finish that one. That one's so good.
That's a
Captain,
fantastic game.
yeah, you and your old lady, you both finished it, right?
We both finished it. Yeah, we love that game.
What a good game, dude. So good. I need to finish that. Uh, Captain Toad Treasure Hunter. You ever fuck with that one? That one's cute as fuck too.
I
Very
played the
different.
Wii U version. I didn't get far in it though. I only played
Same.
a couple levels before I was like, "This is just Super Mario 3D World."
No, no, it's a little
Yes,
puzzle. No, it's a little puzzle
yes.
game. Plus, your captain, your Toad, and Toad sucks. He can't jump or anything.
Yeah,
He's
he's an
not Mario.
idiot. He's a
He's a
fucking idiot.
he's a
He has to use his
moron.
brain to figure out puzzles.
Exactly. He has to use his brain, whereas Mario gets to use his ups, his mad ups.
His mad
Uh,
ups. His uppies. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, awesome game. Game Builder Garage, I'm not familiar with that one. 51 Worldwide Games, that one's awesome. If you haven't fucked with that one, that's a really cool one. I've learned to play backgammon on that one. I actually know how to play backgammon, if you can believe it,
What the hell?
because of yeah, dude. Do you know how to play backgammon? Because I know how
Uh-uh.
to play backgammon and I only know it because of 51 worldwide games. Great fucking
Worldwide
games.
games.
They teach
Interesting.
you, yeah, they teach you how to play everything before you play it. It's really good. A good little party game. Good little 1v1. You and the missus, for an intimate little night. Just hang out, have some beers. 51 worldwide games, ladies and gentlemen. Do it. Arms. Arms is getting an update. Free update. I never played Arms. Did you ever play Arms?
I never played ARMS.
Neither did I. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. Dude, Big Brain
And
Academy.
brain.
My brain versus
I'm
your
wondering
brain.
why most of these games got an upgrade because I can't imagine why New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe would get an upgrade unless it's getting like new content.
Hmm.
Even like 51 worldwide games and Brain
That's
versus Brain, I can't imagine those games are too like CPU or even like I don't know what the Switch uses if it uses an APU or like a dedicated GPU, but like I can't imagine it would be that intensive.
no, that's a really great point because playing my fair share of Mario Brothers U and the 51 worldwide games, I've played a bunch of both of those, and I don't remember the loading screens being too egregious, or the visuals being really stupid, or anything like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's actually a good point. Maybe they're adding more shit to that. I don't know. We'll find out. But one that definitely needs an update that's getting one, according to this, is
Absolutely.
the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet, infamous.
That
Infamous.
that's the one that was getting memed to hell with all those
All the
glitches and
glitches, bro.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
there were some that
Just
were
the
so fucking funny.
egregious, bro. Egregious. Like some of the crazy shit some of the character models would do, bro. Like it was demented. Demonic, some people might say. It looked ridiculous. It looked
I'm
like
sure
you were
that
playing an Oblivion game.
yeah, I'm sure there's a compilation video out there somewhere of the Scarlet and Violet glitches. Some of those were so fucking funny, dude. Had me in stitches. According to this,
Yeah.
also Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom will also be getting free upgrades, but only if you already own the games and have the NSO expansion pass.
Yes.
So you do
That
have
is
that, correct?
yes. Yes. So I will be able to play these games right off the bat because I own both physically.
So you own them physically, and you have the
And I
NSO
have
expansion pass.
Si Senor.
So that means that you're gonna get this, like the one that they were talking about on the most recent um, Nintendo Direct, right? Like the one where
Hmm.
they're saying like you're gonna get the higher fidelity, faster load times, all that stuff. You're gonna get
See.
all that without
See.
without paying extra. That's fucking awesome.
See. Yeah, I won't have to pay the extra $10. I think
That's
it's
fucking cool.
$10.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, other
But
other than that, if you don't have the NSO plus expansion pack, um, you'll either have to buy the Switch 2 version of the game, or if you already have the game, you'll have to buy the expansion pass for it. Not well, expansion pack. I shouldn't say expansion pass, but expansion pack
okay, gotcha. So
for the game.
so in my case, I do own both of those games. And if
Mhm.
I switch those over to a Switch 2, I don't have to buy a Switch 2 version for $80 $90. I could just spend the extra $10 and get the upgrade.
See,
Really? Okay, cool. So it's not as bad as I thought. That's nowhere near as bad as I thought. I thought you had to buy the fucking game over again
the
or
full
something.
game again. Nah,
Yeah. Okay. It's like I calmly set down my torch and my pitchfork. I just
you're ready.
okay.
Okay, I see. I see.
I just blow out my torch, set down my pitchfork. Okay, we're calming down.
You were spared.
All right. Speaking of calming down, we're at the end of the episode. I figure this is actually a really good question that you brought up. What is your favorite video game soundtrack to end the show off? What's your favorite video game soundtrack? Go ahead, brother.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, I will start. Um,
uh,
I guess I'll start with what I have in the first listing.
mm-hmm,
Super Mario 64 has a goated soundtrack. I think
mm-hmm.
I'll never get tired of that shit. I love Dire Docks.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, I'm so
I
glad
still
you brought
listen
that
to
one
that
up.
to this day.
Oh,
Everything
dude.
about that game is perfect, including the soundtrack. I love that shit.
Yeah, you ever listen to
Um,
people playing that on their guitars or on their pianos and stuff, like the live versions of people just
yeah,
on YouTube? Oh my god, Dire Docs
it's
is such a
so
gorgeous
satisfying.
song. Love it
So
so much.
satisfying. That's a game that you can. That's a soundtrack you can fall asleep to.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it.
Um, any of the Xenoblade Chronicles games, and I know I haven't played the third one yet, but I'm sure the music in there is fantastic as well. But I love the soundtrack to all of those games. One, two, X one, the X's soundtrack surprised me.
In a good
It
way?
really did. Yeah, it left me flabbergasted, gobsmacked. Some might say.
Smack your gob.
Yeah, that shit grabbed me by the neck and smacked me right on my gob. That sounds disgusting. But
It
yeah,
really
any of the
does.
Xenoblade games. Near Automata. I love the soundtrack to that game.
You know, it's funny. That's exactly how I would pronounce it, but I think it's automata, isn't it? Near automata.
You're
I
probably
think
right, but I'm gonna say Automata. Automata. Automatic.
automated. Fuck it, automatic. Near automatic.
Near near automatic manual transmission.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's
I really
beautiful.
like the soundtrack to that game.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so beautiful.
yeah. Very well done. I love that one
It's
too.
so fucking beautiful.
Did
I
you
love
ever
the
play? Did you play that one all the way through? Like, because I played the first playthrough as 2B because you know that ass, but I didn't play it the second time because they put you in the shoes of the little twink. I don't
Minus.
remember his name. Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to replay it as this little fucker. And then you got to play it a third time as somebody else. And I know it's like the same story from different perspectives, and you really get the full story after
Mm.
all three playthroughs. But yeah, I stopped after the first playthrough. Did you complete the whole thing?
No, I did not. I did do 2B and 9S, but I stopped at A2's playthrough.
9S. Oh,
Because it was because I saw that 2B and 9S were basically the same story, although technically it's not. But I didn't pick up on that. um,
really?
but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
it's
never finished
definitely
the game.
definitely different gameplay. Yeah,
Hmm.
one of these days I gotta get back to that. But anyways, as you were.
Um, near Auto Tomato. Chrono Trigger. I've never played Chrono Trigger before, but I've listened to the soundtrack, bro. I love it.
Are you are
It's
you
so
planning are you planning on ever
that
checking out Chrono Trigger?
it's on my wish list. I do want to play it on Steam. Oh, that's a little bit of news
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't add to the document, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody threw out a rumor out on the internet saying that Chrono
Mm-hmm.
Trigger was going to get a remaster. I don't
Yes.
know if there's any validity to that, but I think that would be. I think who owns Chrono Trigger? Square Enix?
I think that's Square, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a big ball move by Square Enix if they did that for Chrono Trigger, because that game is, from what I hear, it's goated. But if it's anything like the soundtrack, it's probably a really good game. But yeah, it is on my radar. I do want to play it. I have it on
Yeah,
my wish list, and
me
it's
too.
usually on sale most of the
The thing
time.
is, I think
You know what?
the rumor mill that you're referring to, I'm not positive. I need to do some research on this, but I'm pretty sure that's the same exact list that the Oblivion remaster was on, the same list that the Fallout remaster was on, Fallout 3, to be
Wow.
specific. And it also had Final Fantasy Tactics remaster on there. um Tactics Ogre remaster was on there, and that one actually did come out. So like a lot of shit
Yeah,
on that list has come true. So I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that there will be a Chrono Trigger remaster, maybe that 2D 3D aesthetic that they did in the Octopath.
for Octopath, that would be so
Oh,
sick.
oh, dude,
That's
yes.
another game franchise that I want to get around to playing. Octopath Traveler. It looks
Yeah,
so good.
oh, dude, it really is. I played a lot of the first game. I didn't play the second one at all, because I was playing it on the Switch, and it didn't play very well. There was a lot of like loads, and the loading times were a little shitty. So hopefully, if
Hmm.
you swap that over to the Switch 2, maybe you'll get some better
I have
times
a
and all that.
better time. Yeah,
But yeah, Chrono
I'll
Trigger.
probably
Yeah,
just get them on
let's.
Steam.
I'm gonna look forward to
Yeah,
the Chrono Trigger remaster.
good soundtrack.
I'm gonna keep
I'm
my
actually gonna buy
fingers
Chrono
crossed.
Trigger as soon as the podcast is done because it is on sale right now for only $7.
Get the fuck out of here! You hear that, people?
It's on sale. I'm gonna buy that shit.
And pull my mic really far away from my face. Get the
Oh,
fuck out of
oh,
here!
get out of here.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Minecraft,
Minecraft. Mein
obviously.
Kampf.
Yes, Minecraft is goaded. Great soundtrack. For nostalgia reasons, I still go back and listen to some of the soundtracks just because they're so relaxing
Mm.
and they take me back to a time when life was simple.
Do you still pop in
Uh,
Minecraft once in a while?
no, I think I burnt myself out on that, or maybe I just don't play it in a correct way.
Mm,
I feel like I don't have the creativity for it nowadays.
I gotcha.
Um, my last game would be actually not my last game. There was another one that I wanted to add, but I didn't get around to. Um, so Final Fantasy VII Remake. I did like the original game's soundtrack, but I like the remakes version of the soundtracks. I think they did a really good job bringing those to modern standards.
Hmm.
Actually, no, they went above and beyond with the soundtrack. Honestly, bro, I fucking love Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that shit.
Oh.
Fucking what was it? One Winged Angel and Buster. What was the Airbuster theme? I
What?
think it was the
What?
Airbuster.
Sid? Sid?
No, the
No, no.
Airbuster boss fight.
Oh, the Airbuster boss fight. Oh, I can hear
Yeah,
it in my head, but I don't know what it's actually called. No, the only one that I know
that
the name
shit's
of
so
is
good.
the One Winged
When I
Angel and.
first when I first heard that song in the remake, bro, I literally got goosebumps all over my body.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I was so hyped for that fight.
Yes. Yes.
So
Wait.
good.
So which one didn't you add to your list then? Is this the
Um,
number one overall everything?
no, no, no. I actually have two more. I was gonna add Super Mario Sunshine.
Uh huh.
Um, really good playlist. Delfino Plaza, love that shit. And Mario Galaxy, both one and two.
Oh, bro. I can't
fantastic.
I don't remember too much of the soundtrack of Galaxy 1 and 2, but those are still in my personal humble opinion the best Mario games ever made. At least the second one.
Yeah,
The first
Galaxy.
one was great, but still the second one was just fucking holy shit, can't be touched at this point.
In my opinion, bro, I don't think there's been a better 3D Mario game than Galaxy.
Galaxy 2, bro.
Yeah, like
That's me at least.
Odyssey was good, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't hold a candle to Galaxy's Flame. And 3D
Yeah.
World was also great, but
Mhm. Agreed.
again, yeah, Galaxy is just never one for me. One and two. I put them in the same box because it's essentially the same.
I would vaguely just barely disagree with that just because the addition of Yoshi in the second game just added
Yeah.
a massive level of extra creativity to the levels. And like
Hmm.
when he eats the little hot pepper and and he's like shooting flames out of his ass or something, he's flying up the fucking
Hmm.
walls. It was so cool, man. Oh god, those
I
games are
need
so
them to
good.
remake those games. I know they did the 3D, like the Super Mario All Stars 3D thing,
Mhm.
like for a limited time, but I need them to individually like port those games back to
You
the Switch.
you got it, right? The All Stars, the 3D All Stars?
I got the digital version. I never got a physical copy, which I
Yeah.
regret. I should have got the physical copy. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know they were gonna do a physical thing. But yeah, I'm a
Yeah, they
sucker.
did it
I'm
for
a
a
su-
limited release.
I totally bought that shit. I knew. I knew I was gonna have
Ah,
to.
I should have, bro. I should have. I'm
Uh,
such a fool.
now you gotta pay top dollar if you want that shit on eBay.
Yeah, and I'm
Probably.
going to, bro. It's worth it. I'm going to. I don't care.
Just take out a
I'll
second
sell my left
mortgage.
testicle. I'll sell my kidney if I have to. Super Mario
Yeah, how much does it
3D
cost? Yeah.
All Star. I'm about to see. Oh my God,
What does it look
like
like?
$150.
That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not. That's manageable. That's like what, two of my paychecks? Just
Just
kidding.
gotta save up for a couple of months. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I'm just kidding. It was only a joke.
All right.
But I know I will eventually get this game.
Yeah, I'm happy with the digital one. I'm glad I got it. I'm not gonna give those cocksuckers more of my money. No, thank you. But if they ever
I
bring
will.
out the Galaxy 2 on the modern Switch 2, whatever the fuck, oh dude,
Physical.
all day. I don't give a fuck. I want it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Gots to have it.
Physical.
Hmm.
All right, what we
Um,
got next? Oh wait, what about you? You never I haven't given you your due your
my
dues,
Tony Flowers, my
your
Tony
Tony
Flowers.
Flowers.
All right,
Please,
here's my
please go
Tony
ahead and
Flowers.
enlighten me.
Okay, you and I had a couple that are exactly the same. I'm gonna go ahead and say Final Fantasy VII and especially remake. Yeah, dude,
Mhm.
those the orchestrated versions of those classic songs are just so
Oh,
gorgeous, man.
good. It's so good. Everything's so good about it.
Dude, Tifa's theme, I'm not gonna lie, it brings me to fucking tears. I love that song so
Yeah.
much. It really does evoke that emotion of, you know, young love, you've known each other your whole life type of thing. Like it's such a beautiful song. I fucking love it. I don't remember exactly how you pronounce his name. Naboru. Fuck. Naboru,
Oh,
something like that.
Uematsu or whatever his name is.
Yeah, yeah, he has such a
Oh,
cool fucking name too, man. The composer. God damn. Naboru Urimatsu or something like
Noboru
that.
Uematsu. What the hell was his name? He's got such a cool name.
Yeah,
Hold on, hold on.
butchering it.
We'll figure it
Okay,
out. FF.
you look it up while I keep going. The other one that we have in common is Mario 64. Super Mario 64 has a goated soundtrack. I love the Dire Dire Docks, like we were talking about earlier. That's my favorite song in the whole thing. But every single song in that, like I can sit here and listen to that all day on my phone. Another
Yeah,
one from
the
the
entire
N64
soundtrack.
era that I didn't even put on my
Uh,
list here was Banjo Kazooie. That's one of my all-time favorite
oh
games.
yeah,
Oh god, I love Banjo Kazooie, and
that music is so good.
yeah, and just like just Gruntilda's lair, and when you come
Mm,
across different, if you go to the snow world, it's like it's the same song, but with like that kind of Christmassy, you know, sound to it, and then you go over to the
that
Halloween
wintry vibe.
area. Yeah, it
Yeah,
like changes the vibe of the exact same song, and then oh, dude, yeah, Banjo Kazooie. I
actually,
forgot to throw that in there.
I really like that about the first game. There was a world that well, when you're in Grunty's lair, there was a world, one of the last ones I think, where it was this tree, I think,
Yeah,
in the
TikTok
middle.
clock. I love that. Yeah, that's my
Wait,
favorite level. TikTok clock.
is that Super Mario 64 or are we still on
No,
Banjo Kazooie?
Banjo Kazooie, and it
Is it TikTok
changes. It
Clock?
changes the season, right?
TikTok. No, I think that's 64 you're thinking about.
Is
What?
it? What the fuck is it called
Yeah, it's
then?
64.
What's the one in Banjo Kazooie? Because it's the God. I know exactly which one you're talking about. The big ass tree, and
Oh,
it
Click
changes
Clock
the
Wood.
season.
You
Click
almost
clock
had it.
wood. Okay, yeah, that's the one,
Yeah,
right?
that's the
Yeah.
one that changes, I believe. Yeah, with the seasons.
Yes, yes. So you
Yeah,
go
yeah,
see the beaver, and then like in the winter, he's all hibernating and stuff. Oh, dude, oh, so
yeah. I love that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Click
good.
Clock
Right?
Wood.
Click clock
Yep.
wood. TikTok clock.
Yes, sir. I love that shit. Tic tac toe.
Best level ever. Tic
Yeah, I
tac
love
toe.
that shit, dude. Fucking love Banjo Kazooie. Whole
But since I
soundtrack is so good.
since I mentioned Final Fantasy VII, I also have to give my Tony flowers over to Final Fantasy VIII. That was, believe it or not, my very first Final Fantasy game. That was my introduction to Final Fantasy. I
No.
could, yes, I couldn't believe it. I was hanging out with my buddy. His name was Michael. This was back in sixth grade out in Canada, and he bought Final Fantasy VIII for his PS1. I didn't have a PS1, and he pops this shit in. And I don't know if you've ever seen the opening cutscene for Final Fantasy VIII, but that
Mm.
shit blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe that graphics could be that good. And then he was playing the game in front of me. We were playing it together for a few days. And then as soon as I possibly could, I bought that shit on my PC. And yeah,
Dude,
so Final
it
Fantasy VIII.
smacked
What's up?
it smacked your gob.
Dude, hard, bro. Hard. I was
I
smacked.
I found out the name of the
The
of
composer?
the composer. His name is Nobuo Uematsu.
Okay, so we were close.
We were close.
We were very
We got
close.
the first name or the last name right. I can't
I, f-
remember.
I feel like we were
Because
pretty close the
Japanese
whole
people
time.
do it. Yeah, they do it differently, but yeah,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Nobuo Uematsu.
Wonderful composer. Hopefully, we're not butchering your
Keep
name,
it
brother.
more.
You
No,
fucking rule.
if we are, kill me.
Yeah, kill us. Kill us. Fuck you. Kill it. Just make sure it's after August. After I get to play my Final Fantasy, my Metal Gear
Your
Solid.
Delta Snake Eater.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VIII has a wonderful soundtrack. I absolutely love the. Uh, I I could sit here and geek out about that all day. But another one, The Last
You
of
can taste
Us.
it. It's palpable.
Yes, The Last of Us has an awesome soundtrack, especially like those really heartfelt moments when it's supposed to punch you in the gut, dude. Like the music in that game is so fucking good, and it matches the cutscenes, it matches the moment, the feeling, everything so well. That game has probably made me cry like a fucking baby more than any. No matter how many times I play that game, I always on cue will cry at certain scenes. No spoilers.
Very nice.
Um, yeah, Skyrim, Jeremy Soule. I think he was. That's something I didn't really bring up during my Oblivion remaster talk earlier, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but it sounds like Jeremy Soule music. So I think it was the same composer for Oblivion. I'll have to look that up.
No,
Yes. But his music in Skyrim, at the very least, and Oblivion has great music, and it sounds like him. So I think it is. So I'll have to look that up. Anyways, Jeremy Soule music, amazing shit. Donkey Kong Country series has bitchin' fucking music, especially the underwater one.
I agree.
Aquatic ambience, baby, all day.
Yep. That's music that you listen to when you need to study.
Hmm. And
Yes, sir.
one soundtrack that I have actually truly listened to many, many, many times while I'm at work. Not my current job because I don't do that, right? Wink, wink.
Hmm.
I don't cover my ears for that reason at work.
Don't admit to anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna get us killed.
Yeah, I have listened to Stardew Valley, the soundtrack of Stardew Valley. I know we mentioned it earlier. But
Huh.
that soundtrack, like the spring music, the summer music, the winter music. I love the seasonal music more than anything else in the game, but still, it just kind of gives you that "let's get to work" kind of vibe, and I love it, dude. He's great. Concerned Ape, he's great at music making. I can't wait to play his next game, the Haunted Chocolatier. Whenever the fuck that comes out, that's a day one for me. Whatever that guy does is going to be gold, guaranteed. But my number one favorite video game soundtrack has to be Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima game. Uh, it introduced me to three awesome, specifically three awesome musicians, artists, silent poets, churches, but mainly Low Roar, dude. Low Roar has wonderful fucking music, dude. I love Low Roar so much, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, the man behind it, his name was Ryan. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try to butcher it. But he died not that long ago from some complications with pneumonia. And I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like every single musician artist that I truly appreciate fucking dies on me. It's like, god damn it,
Damn,
dude. So
bro.
there's
He was only 40. He died
yeah,
3 years ago.
yeah, so fucking sad, dude. Like if you've never listened to their music, you one of my favorite things about music is like I if you ask Chelsea, she'll tell you I love sad boy music. Shit that'll
Mhm.
put you in your feels. I love it. Why? Because it like I I know what it feels like to be happy. I know what it feels like to be sad. I know what it feels like to be mad. I know what it feels like to be all these different emotions. But like when you hear it in a song and you can tell like they felt this. This is coming from deep within them. They're like remembering something. It's like they put you in that fucking mode, man. It just it's beautiful. And Ryan was such a fucking master at just emotion in music.
Mhm.
I would highly recommend listening to literally any low roar music, especially the first two albums. Those are the ones that I love the most. But any low roar music is phenomenal. So yeah, Death Stranding has my number one vote on best fucking soundtrack. So can't wait for Death Stranding 2. I don't know, Kojima has an ear for that shit apparently. So can't wait to see who he finds for the second game. That new trailer for Death Stranding 2 has some great music in it. Sounds fucking awesome. So yeah, looking
Mhm.
forward to it. But yeah, that's our show. We're looking for some feedback. Leave us a like, a comment, subscribe if you want to hear more of us bantering back and forth talking about video games. Remember, we're just a couple of
Yeah.
guys from Arizona, just love video games. We're not insiders or any of that shit. So,
And if you
um,
think we're dumbasses, please let us know.
yes, please. I want to know that I'm a dumbass to more people than just
Want
us.
to know what I can improve?
Exactly. Yeah. Any critiques? Yeah. Be kind. Treat us gently. Treat us like little babies that didn't do nothing. Because we didn't do
Or be
nothing.
hard.
No, don't be
I can
harsh.
take I can take I can take the truth. I
All right,
think.
be an asshole to him.
We'll
Don't be
see.
an asshole to me because there's
You
enough
can be an
assholes in the
asshole to
world.
me. I think I'll be okay with it. I can take it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week on episode 3. All right. Until then, take
Hey,
care, folks.
bye bye.